We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. I have to introduce myself just in case we have some new people here. But please do me a favor. If you are new here, let me know where you're listening to. As a matter of fact, I don't care if you're new or not. I need to know where everybody is watching this video. If it's from your car, if you're listening to me in your car ride, or if you're at work, or if you're at home, if you're in the States, if you're out of the country, please let me know, because y'all are giving me a little bit of your time early in the morning, and it means a great deal to me. It really does. Also, please hit the subscribe button. That will be absolutely phenomenal. And just hit the like button too. That's the only price of admission for our live streams, is to simply hit the like button. I really appreciate you guys. Oh my gracious. Holy crap. Nick P is in the building, man. Shout out to Nick P, bro. Like, this brother is, thank you, man. Make sure y'all go to hats4sale.com and cop any LFR family merch that I wear on this show. That will be absolutely appreciated. Make sure you do just that. Go and cop some LFR family merch, man. Nick P, you the man, brother. I'm gonna be reaching out to you soon for a meeting, bro. I promise you I am. I'm trying to earn that. I'm trying to earn the right to reach out to Nick P for a meeting, bro. I promise you. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so let me see where everybody's from. We got Blue Rose, who is out El Paso, Texas. Yeah. What's going on, guys? And shout out to Tree Beard. We got Tree Beard up in the building as well. Grand Rising, everyone. We got PA up in here. We got Tennessee up in here. We got South Carolina up in here. Mississippi is up in here. We got Cincinnati is up in here. Sofa in Cincinnati, Indiana, New York. We got so many people up in this joint. Texas, North Carolina, Cacmo. Cacmo? Is that Kansas City? What is this? What is KCMO? Let me know. Thank you so much, Wisconsin. Also, shout out to all of my blues. Blue Rose, Nanny's Take on the World. What's going on, Michelle? What's up, Michelle? And we also got to shout out somebody that's not a blue, because he was here first before anybody. Shane. Want to shout out Shane. All right, guys, let's go and jump into it. I have a video that I want to start us off with first, but then when we're done, we got a bunch of great topics. We're going to talk about how Senator Chris Van Hollen went to El Salvador on taxpayers' money, and he actually met with Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia. I'm sure I said that wrong, butchered that name. Also, we're going to talk about the FSU shooting. We're going to talk about that as well. And we're going to talk about it in contrast to how this story is receiving so much coverage, but another story that happened just days ago at a high school where 5 people were shot by a young black kid. That story is not making the news for some strange reason. Locally is making the news. Domestically, throughout the United States, not so much. The only way it's getting traction is through social media, and that's unfortunate, man. We need to cut this whole race BS out for real. Then we're going to talk about Ukraine and U.S. signs agreement in lead up to a full minerals deal. That's definitely great. We're going to talk about Luigi Mangione, indicted on federal murder charges. Y'all know what that means, right? That puts him in position to potentially receive the death penalty. Maybe, maybe not. We're also going to talk about how the Supreme Court weighs in on Trump plans to restrict birthright citizenship. And we're going to talk about how Letitia James responds to all of you haters. If you are a MAGA, Letitia James has something to say to you. For real. Letitia James is tired of y'all sugar honey iced tea. She's back. She's back like she's never left. All right. And we're also going to cover something else that's not on the list this morning, how Karmelo Anthony's family holds a press conference. And in that press conference, Austin Metcalf's dad got kicked out, got forced to leave because they said it was disrespectful of him showing up. He disrespected the family and all this other stuff. And then they blamed the stabbing on the weather. They said if it wasn't raining, then it wouldn't have happened. I promise you cannot make this sugar honey iced tea up. Let's go ahead and hit that like button, gang. Let's get it started. Love y'all, man. We about to have a good show. Happy Friday, everybody.
You know, many white people are very upset with Mr. Trump. Do you want to know why they're so upset with Mr. Trump? Because Mr. Trump is one of these Americans who shoots from the hip or shoots from the lip. In other words, whatever comes into his head, he says it. Politicians are not like that. You can sit a politician down in a studio for 3 hours and ask him 3 questions and you will never get an answer. Trump is not like that. Trump will blurt out the answer. That's why many white people, especially people in power, are very upset with Mr. Trump because he says what they think, but they will never say it. They're all racist. Trump is no more racist than Bush. Trump is no more racist than Clinton. They're all racist, but they are good lying racists. Trump is a racist who just can't help himself. He just lets it all out. And these white people are embarrassed. Shut your mouth, they're saying. You are embarrassing us because he reveals the true way and the true heart. See, look, ask me a question. Would I prefer an enemy smiling in my face, sidling up to me and putting his arm around my shoulder, and then surreptitiously stabbing me in my back? Or would I prefer an enemy who looks at me in my face and says, I don't like you, I'm your enemy? Give me the second enemy any day. I like to know my enemy. Trump makes it clear where he's coming from. I like that kind of white man. I would have voted for that kind of white man because, by the way, that's the kind of white man black people need. We need a white man who's going to kick our backside and force us to do for ourselves and stop relying on white people. Let me tell you something. If lying Hillary, murdering Hillary who murdered Muammar Gaddafi, went on television and cackled like a witch and said, we came, we saw, and he died. Cackle, cackle, cackle. Let me tell you something. Hillary, if Hillary would have become president, black people would have went back to sleep with not just one duvet, but 2 duvets over our heads. Comfortable. Oh, we got a nice little white woman in the White House. Let me tell you something. That woman is evil personified. Evil personified. And Donald Trump, for all of his lying and his bravado and his macho, I much prefer to have somebody as transparent as that in front of me than a deceptive, crooked Hillary who will smile. She went to the Black Caucus and she went to all these black groups in the build up to the election, she managed to get Jay-Z and Beyonce to perform for her and trying to win the black people. Damn hypocrite. She's the same one who referred to black youth, black young people as super predators. Super predators. It was her husband, Hillary Clinton. It was him who created the 3 strikes and you're outlaw, which means that many black people now are in prison, having been arrested 3 times for life, and they haven't committed a capital offense. This is what Hillary Clinton created. And so we're not impressed. You know, like it sounds like some kind of contradiction. Black people voting for Mr. Trump. But believe me, Trump is what we need today. We need a Trump in the White House.
Just so y'all know, the reason why he was talking about Hillary is because, yes, this was old. And the reason why I played it is because this message wasn't for white conservatives. This message was for the liberal hive mind. This message is still relevant. This message is like is for the people who got that mental illness, just completely disregard all common sense, all logic when it comes to Trump. They just got that Trump derangement syndrome. And also the reason why I posted this is because when I tried to cover a story on Hillary Clinton that I received from Valuetainment, I got that from Patrick Bet-David. I got a story from Patrick Bet-David, and he was interviewing, I believe, Anthony Dingaling Weiner. He was interviewing him, and the conversation went left. They started talking about all of these people who died that worked under Hillary Clinton. And it was like more than 40 something people. And more than half of them committed unaliving. And I was questioning that. I'm like, wait a minute. This don't make sense to me. What in the world are we talking about here? What in the world are we talking about here? So that's the reason why I decided to cover it. Also, it's unfortunate that we even have to continue to talk about black people and white people, Jews and Gentiles, but we got to, bro. Ain't no more. We can walk around town all we want, talking about you judge people by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. Unfortunately, guys, everyone's not as mature as you. Everyone don't just want to live in harmony like you. Everyone don't want to give other people a chance, regardless of their race, regardless of their religion, regardless of their age, regardless of their sex. There are people who are still stuck in a certain mindset, man, a different way of thinking, and it's unfortunate. And I want us to get away from that as much as possible, if we could. That would be a great thing for our country if we could do that. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Before we move forward with the rest of the stories, guys, please do me a favor. Hit the like button. But also, I just want to ask you a question, and feel free to answer me in the chat. Did you take a moment this morning to just thank God for his grace and his mercy? If you didn't, let's do it right now. Lord, we thank you for your grace and for your mercy. We thank you for waking us up this morning. We thank you for covering us with a hedge of protection, protecting us from seen and unseen dangers while we slept. We thank you for protecting our family members. We thank you for covering us with a roof over our heads. We thank you for having the activity of our limbs. We thank you for the blood running warm in our bodies. We thank you for an opportunity to get it right on this day. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. That's it. That's it. Just thank you, Lord, for another day. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. All right, so as y'all see, on the thumbnail, on the title, we talk about Letitia James responds. So let's go ahead and get to this story of Letitia James responding, because she's telling y'all to kiss her. You know what? That's what she said. I ain't even going to say it, but that's what she said. She's saying y'all need to go ahead and kick rocks in your socks, Jack, because y'all don't know what y'all talking about. And she named a couple of y'all by name. She said Shane. She said Lisa Marie. Yeah, she named all of y'all. She said Shane. She said Lisa Marie. She said Angel. She said Nanny's taking the world. You can kiss my black tailbone. That's what she said. Rasputia James is not playing with y'all. So let me go ahead and pull this story up. Man, I got me some good rest last night, but bruh, when I woke up this morning, holy crap, I was not ready. I promise you guys, I was not ready. I was not ready, man. I'm not a morning person. I try to be, but I wasn't ready this morning. All right, let's go and jump into it. Hit the like button, gang. Let's get it.
This may be the biggest irony I've ever seen in American politics, that it looks like she's engaged in the same thing she charged President Trump with. I mean, turns out you can't have your principal residence in Virginia and be the Attorney General of New York. Turns out you can't on a mortgage form say that your dad is actually your husband. And you also can't say that you got a 4-unit property that's actually 5 units. Those are the 3 things that it looks like she did over a long period of time. And yet she had the gall to go after President Trump. You got to be kidding me. So, yeah, I think this is real. We'll see. Her comments so far, she's been kind of quiet. Of course, she does a typical thing the left always does. The left will they'll always accuse us of what they're doing. And the other thing they always do, the left will tell a lie. Trump did something wrong. Big media will report it. Big tech will amplify it. And then if you tell the truth, they call you names. And that's exactly what she did. I think she called President Trump and his administration bullies for simply pointing out that looks like she lied on these forms, and she did it to get better terms and a better rate on the loans. So she was doing it for personal gain, and you're not supposed to do those kind of things.
And what's wild is she didn't even have to. She makes a poop ton of money. She didn't even have to play the game wrong. She didn't have to do that if she didn't want to. You know what I mean? But here she is right now, speaking up.
My mission is,
you know what I mean? She's not backing down at all.
This
but
may be the biggest
for
irony
anybody
I've
that know
ever seen
Letitia
in
James,
American politics, that she's now.
This bad boy just continued to play by herself. Anybody know Letitia James? She's not backing down at all. She don't care. She's going to continue to bark. It's almost like she feel like it's her duty to fight Trump. It's her duty to go up against this administration, even if her back is to the wall. Rasputia Lattimore, listen, dial it back a little bit, sweetheart. Dial it back.
my mission is clear. I'm focused. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I've been trained by the best. I went to Howard University that overturned legal segregation in this country. I've been taught in those classrooms where Thurgood Marshall once taught. I'm not afraid of no president. Donald Trump, we're ready for you. We're coming for you. We're standing up for you. We're fighting on. We're not going down silent. Victory, my friends, is clear. It's now. And I'm not waiting 4 years. I'm waiting 2 until a speaker by the name of Hakeem Jeffries comes to bring us some rest. Come on, ladies. It's up to us. We saved this democracy before. We'll save it now. Let's go.
If I was a lady, I'd be fired up. Please let me know in the chat. Ladies only. Let me know if you was fired up just now. If you got fired up. Yeah. I'm ready to get out there and kick some ass. Yeah. I'm ready to kick some butt. All right. But she's I don't know, man. Tish, you messed up. You messed up, Tish. You really did. All right. Sorry, but you messed up, baby girl. You got all the money in the world. You didn't have to play the games you played. You also didn't have to go after Trump the way that you did. You decided to hedge your bets on that. That's completely up to you. Now the chickens have come home to roost. Now you got to face Trump. As a matter of fact, you ain't even got to face Trump. Trump ain't even say anything. Trump don't care about what whether or not you're living or you're dying. He don't care. You know, that's completely up to you. All right. So let me go ahead and read the story that just now came out of Letitia James. Here we go right here. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me pull this up. Yeah, man, it's Friday morning and I am dragging ass, bro. I don't know if a lot of y'all just popped out of the bed like you had a vitamin or something, but me, I am dragging, bro. I promise you I am. I really am. You can put that back on the screen, big dog. That look good. All right, so here we go. Letitia James hits back at mortgage fraud allegations. She calls them baseless. Yes, she did. New York Attorney General Letitia James has said accusations she committed mortgage fraud are a baseless retaliation in response to her involvement in legal proceedings against Donald J. Trump. Newsweek contacted the Federal Housing Finance Agency, which referred to James for investigation. And James, via the New York Attorney General's office, for comment on Friday via email and online inquiry from outside of regular office hours. James was referred by the Federal Housing Finance Agency, FHFA, to Attorney General Pam Bondi and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche regarding allegations she falsified records to help obtain a mortgage in 2023. She has strongly denied any wrongdoing. Since Trump returned to the White House in January, his administration has stripped security clearance from a number of critics, including former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, and taken action against a number of law firms which were involved in legal cases against him. Critics claim Trump is systematically targeting his critics, whilst the president's team argue he is simply redressing wrongs committed during the Biden administration. So she says that the claims are false. She says that she don't care about none of that. Speaking of the Spectrum news about the investigation into her, James simply says, it is nothing more than a headline. Nothing more than, again, retaliation against all the actions that I have taken successfully against Donald Trump. James also said she was not contacted in advance before a letter was sent by FHFA Director William J. Polte to Bondi and Blanche, alleging she had submitted falsified documents to help mortgage. All right, so in his letter, Polte said James had, in 2023, said a property in Norfolk, Virginia was her primary residence despite New York residency being required for her job. So she's living in New York and she has to say that she's in New York in order for her to have the job she has. But she has legal documents showing that she resides in Norfolk, Virginia. Polte also said that between 1983 and 2000, James purchased the property with her father as co-signer, but listed them as husband and wife. Letitia James, I'm no lawyer, and I'm not a genius when it comes to mortgages and whatnot, but I will say this, that comes off to me as fraudulent. That's also something that the average American citizen could be held accountable for, could potentially face fines or even jail time. So when you say that nobody's above the law, are you including yourself? She also falsely claimed the Brooklyn property she owns had 4 units rather than 5 in 2021, which actually meant a lot. So she lied and said it only has 4 units. And it actually has. See that right there? I don't like when people act like they're above the law. Speaking of Spectrum News, James described these allegations as baseless, but said she would save litigation for the courts rather than a TV studio. In 2024, Trump was ordered to pay $454 million in a civil fraud judgment after a New York court concluded he had falsely inflated the value of his properties in response to a case brought by James. He has consistently denied wrongdoing and is appealing the decision. So during her Spectrum News appearance, James said, let me just say to all New Yorkers and all Americans the allegations are baseless. The allegations are nothing more than a revenge tour. And as you mentioned, my office was successful in securing a $454 million judgment against Donald J. Trump and others for exaggerating the value of his assets. He engaged in a pattern and practice of fraud, and the interest is accruing each and every day, whilst the case is on appeal in the first department. It is important that individuals know that this is nothing more than a continuation of the tour. He went after law firms, universities, immigrants, women. Thousands of federal employees right now are unemployed. Our government is in chaos and disarray. Medical, Social Security, CFPB, that's Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and the list goes on and on and on. And as you know, each and every day, my office is leading the fight against these executive orders, which have no legal import at all, have no legal significance. We are standing up for the rights and privileges of New Yorkers and Americans. I will not be silenced. I will not be bullied. I will not bend. I will not break. And I will not bow to anyone. Nobody is above the law, including the president of these United States. She is talking with her whole chest. And if any of y'all have to say anything, let it be known. She want all the smoke. She's not apologizing. She's not backing down. She says she won't break and she won't bend. She will not be bullied by President Donald J. Trump. Hey, it's hilarious how these people sound so tough when they think that they're on the winning side. But Letitia James, you broke the law. There's no way to get around it. Is that or is that not your dad's name listed as your husband in these documents? Yes or no? Is he your dad? Okay, he's your dad. Is he also your husband? He's not your husband. Then it's a damn lie. That's fraud. Let's move on to the next thing. The unit that you were trying to purchase, all right, that you claimed only had 4 units, but it had 5. You did that. Did it have 4 units or did it have 5? If it had what you said it has, then you're right. You're correct. You're being bullied. You know what I mean? These allegations are pointless. But if these units have 5, I mean, if the building had 5 units, you have no leg to stand on, Rasputia. Just in case you guys don't know. All right, so we have tracked down Letitia James' doppelganger. Just in case you and I don't know if you guys seen this already, but let me go ahead and show this to y'all so that you can see it for yourself. But yeah, we doing some daggone journalism over here. Journalism over here. Yeah. Yeah. And thank you guys so much for pulling up. I appreciate it. Let me go and show this to y'all right now. Here is Letitia James' doppelganger. Her name is Rasputia Lattimore. And some of you may say that I'm being mean. I'm actually not. By me saying that she looked like Rasputia is not me saying that she's ugly. It's not me saying that she's a big back. I'm not calling her a big back snack. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just simply saying that she looks like Norbert's wife. That's it. That's her doppelganger is Norbert's wife. You know, like my doppelganger is Drake. Her doppelganger is Norbert's wife. It's that simple. When you look like somebody, that's considered to be your doppelganger. So if she does not look like Rasputia Lattimore, then I will stop. But to me, this is her. This is one of her sexy poses right here. Let me move myself out the way so you can see it. This is one of her more sultry poses right here, where she's really letting y'all know that she got a little pizzazz to her. You know what I mean? These are pictures of her washing one of her vehicles. You know, looking real good. Tall drink of water. I see you, Letitia James. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Yeah. In other news, what we got going on next? All right, so and we're going to talk about some things that might upset some of you guys, but I don't care about that. It's all about getting to the bottom of it. All of us are adults. We're fine. All right, so Senator Chris Van Hollen used taxpayers' dollars to go all the way to El Salvador to meet with Kilmar, Armando, Abrego, Garcia. You know, you got to roll the R's like 80 million times when you say these names. I don't know. Is that racist? Just let me know if that is. If it is, I'm going to keep doing it. Because I'm not trying to offend nobody, but you got to roll the R's when you say these, when you say it. So he went to go meet with Kilmar, Garcia, and let me see here. Let me open this up. Let me open this up right here. Yeah, this is hold on one second, gang. I told y'all, man, I'm struggling this morning. Bro. I really am. I'm really trying. But we're getting through it, man. Hit the like button if you have not already, gang. And shout out to Mika. I saw Mika in the inside the chat too this morning. Yes, she's here. You know, the Daily Caller went to her house in VA. I did not know the Daily Caller went to her house in VA. Didn't know that at all, actually. I did not know the Daily Caller went to her house. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I'm looking right now. The Daily Caller. Let's see here. Holy crap. Hold up. Let's go back to this Letitia James story right quick. Letitia James story right quick. Thank you so much, Mika. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat as well. All right, so the Daily Caller actually did go to her house this morning. Thank you. See, you're putting me up on game. That's what I'm talking about. It's good to have good people in your corner, bro. People who look out for you. People who watch over you, got your back.
Attorney General Tish James, who spent years manufacturing allegations of fraud against our now President Donald Trump, is now looking potentially at a very healthy prison sentence herself after a DOJ referral for a number of alleged crimes. Tonight, it appears Tish James is in hiding. Nobody's seen her. Not since yesterday morning when she left her Brooklyn home. She does not want to answer to any of this. They put out a statement yesterday. It didn't deny any of the allegations. It just said she's a fighter and she's not going to back down to a bully. Yeah, the bully is, the justice system, I guess. My next guest went to James' Virginia residence, which she claimed was her primary home while holding the position of New York Attorney General. Talk about a hell of a commute. He was met with very angry, defensive people who were not Tish James. Take a look.
Hello there, ma'am. Well, we're just curious who the occupants of the home are, because there's
about who's occupants. That's none of your business.
Something like that. All right. Daily Caller reporter Nick Pope joins us now. Hey, great stuff, Nick. You got in there and you got in front of somebody, and that's the big thing. Who do you think you talked to in that house?
Well, yeah, thanks a lot, Rob. And, currently, I don't know if I'm in a position to speculate. One thing's seemingly for sure is that it was not Letitia James. And it does actually appear, based on our findings that we, put together yesterday down there in Norfolk, my colleague and I, Miles Morrell.
Yeah.
It does not appear as though James is living at either of these two residences. So a little bit of background for the viewers. On one of these residences, James is alleged to have essentially misclassified it as her primary residence in official paperwork. There are loan term implications there, ostensibly. And on the other property, there are issues of inconsistent disclosures on her financial disclosures of various mortgages and loans on that other property. So we stopped by both. At one, we saw that all the blinds were drawn.
Yeah.
It looked like basically no one was home. And as we approached the front door to, identify ourselves as journalists and begin asking questions and so forth, we started hearing shouts from inside the house, no comment, you're trespassing,
they were
etc.
they were clearly very unhappy to see you. And you don't want to speculate. I could speculate that it was somebody that knows that something ain't right with the situation and did not want, who puts a no trespassing sign in front of their house? These are people that know something's up. I want to bring in Trish Regan.
All right, so I want to cover something right quick. Ain't no way in the world. Now, I have to say, this is a beautiful home. This is a beautiful home, in my opinion. And if you ever been to Norfolk, this is how the homes are most of the homes are made, especially near the city. But this is a beautiful home. But for Letitia James is not living in this home. Letitia James is used to the big old brownstones that cost millions of dollars in New York. She's not living in a $200,000 house, $300,000 house in Norfolk, Virginia. She probably put a random ass family in there, probably some cousins. No, you know what? It probably wasn't no cousins, because she don't seem like the type of person to look out for her family like that. She would probably put some tenants in there that she could make some money off of. But although this home may track to her and it shows that she is the owner, she is not going to live in a house this small. She's not going to live in a city as small as Norfolk, Virginia. That's just not her style. She feels like she's way more worthy of bigger things. Please let me know in the chat if you believe that she will live in a home like this, in a house that you can stand outside and pretty much reach your arms out and touch the next door home. She's not doing that. She's way too fancy. She's way too arrogant. She's not doing it at all. Like, and I wish there was some representation inside of that house that could tell you something about Letitia James. But unfortunately, those people inside that home, they don't deal with her. They're told to be quiet if anyone comes to these doors. If anyone come knocking, asking questions, do not answer their questions. You have a right to turn them away. And if they ask too many questions, they're going to find out about our deal. Okay? If you want to stay in this home, if you and your family want to remain in this home, don't tell anybody sugar, honey, iced tea. Mika, this was a good look. Mika, this was a good look. Thank you so much for this. I appreciate it, Mika. All right. So yeah, man, this is your girl. Your girl, Letitia James, who is not being bullied. Not being bullied. Not going to break, not going to bend. She went to Howard University. She learned in the classes of Thurgood Marshall. This is when you start see when most black people start getting on their soapbox. Something that we like to do is start naming some black history people, some black history facts. You know what I mean? To get everybody on board with us. We make it a black versus white thing. That's what we do. Very well. We do that very well. This is not a black versus white thing. It's not even a rich versus poor thing. You just think that you're more powerful than you are. Simple and plain. You're not as powerful as you think you are, baby girl. They are coming for your ass. They're coming for you. Go ahead and beat your chest. We got $450 million from Trump. Didn't he get that money back? Didn't he get that money back? Did they actually? I'm just saying, if you know something about it, please let me know. Because if he got his money back, how is that a win for you? If he got his paper, how is that a win for you? I'm just saying, but I don't think that Letitia James will live in a house that looks like this. I would gladly live in a house that looked like this. That's just me. Matter of fact, this looked like the home that me and my family lived in for 17 years. This is a little smaller, just a little smaller. But other than that, it's a beautiful single family home. But you won't catch Letitia James dead in that house. I'm just saying, you would not catch Letitia James dead. You, please, you out your daggone mind. You won't catch her dead in that damn house. Not this one. Look at this. Y'all really think that Letitia James will live in this house? Please let me know in the comments if you think she would spend a night in this house. This house have bedrooms that can only fit twin beds. Do you think Letitia James is about to sleep in the twin bed? I'm sorry. The biggest bed will probably be a full-size bed, a full bed. No, she needs a California king. I'm sorry. Letitia James needs a California king, Jack. Yeah, she do. She needs a California king. She needs something that she can run and jump into. Like, she needs something that got a ladder. I'm just saying. She's not living in that house. Whoever lives in that house, they're doing her a solid. But I'm glad that the Daily Caller decided to do that and walk up to the house. But she ain't about to sleep. Could you imagine her sleeping in a full-size bed? Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Rasputia ain't about to, I mean, Letitia James ain't about to live in nobody's full-size bed. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Okay, our boy Senator Chris Van Hollen, Ambassador Van Hollen. All right, so here he is right here, meeting with Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia. Bruh, somebody need to save me. All right, so earlier in the day, armed military officials stopped Senator Chris Van Hollen from trying to visit the prison where Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia has been held for over a month. All right, here they are right here. Photo op. We got to get the photo op. Definitely got to get the photo op. So Senator Chris Van Hollen said on Thursday night that he had met in San Salvador with Kilmar Garcia, the Maryland man whose wrongful deportation. You can tell, look, this right here is a left-leaning letter, but I'm still going to read it. Because it's things like this that make journalists dishonest. It makes journalists dishonest. It really does. If anybody saw Trump's lawyer standing out in front of these, he was standing out in front of the reporters telling them what wrongful deportation is. That wasn't wrongful deportation. If you're here illegally and we send you away from our country, that's legal. Okay. The Maryland man whose wrongful deportation in El Salvador last month has become a flashpoint in the immigration debate and fueled a standoff between the Trump administration and the courts. Mr. Van Hollen, a Maryland Democrat and a member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, shared a photo of the two men here, as you can see right here. He shared a photo of the two men speaking on Thursday evening, hours after the senator had been denied entry to the prison where Mr. Garcia was being held. The unexpected meeting took place at a hotel in San Salvador, according to photos shared by the senator's office late Thursday. In the images, Mr. Garcia was dressed in plain clothes and set for a conversation with Mr. Van Hollen. El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, I'm not even going to butcher that, said on social media that Mr. Garcia would remain in his country's custody. The photos shared by Mr. Van Hollen and others posted by Mr. Bukele were the first public glimpses of Mr. Garcia. So hopefully this fixes the notion that, oh, he's unalived. They killed him as soon as we sent them over there. We just sending people over there to be slaughtered. That's how the Democrats want us to see it. When we send people to the countries where they're actually from, they are honestly believing, or I don't even think they believe it. I just think that they say it enough so that the rest of the country can believe it. But I believe that they know the truth. But anyway, so the photo of Mr. Garcia since his deportation in March, which the Trump administration admitted in court was an error. The Supreme Court has ordered the administration to facilitate his return, but a federal judge overseeing the case has scolded the government for doing nothing to comply. Our purpose today was very straightforward, Mr. Van Hollen said in an interview on Thursday before the meeting with Mr. Abrego Garcia. It was simply to be able to go see if Kilmar Garcia is doing okay. They were just doing a health and wellness check. I mean, nobody has heard anything about his condition since he was illegally abducted from the United States. He is totally beyond reach. his condition? What about his wife's condition in May of 2021 when she filed charges on him for whooping her ass? How about that? How about his wife's condition? Huh? How about the other people's condition who him and the rest of the MS-13 victimized out there in these streets? How about their conditions? You traveled all the way across the world to check on a criminal. This dude traveled all the way across the world to check on a criminal. How you doing, baby? Are they feeding you okay? Turn around. Let me see your body. I want to see if they have any any scrapes or anything on. You don't do that for any other prisoner in the United States. But for somebody who is an illegal immigrant, just to make a political point, you travel all across the damn world on taxpayers' dollars just to grandstand and take pictures and say, okay, guys, he's okay. I sat across from him. He seems to be all right. This dude is being fed. He's being housed. And this is the life he chose. He chose to be an MS-13. He chose to pack up his bags from El Salvador and come and break into the United States. He chose to be here for more than 2 decades, almost 2 decades, and not get his paperwork together. He had ample opportunity to get all of his MS-13 tattoos removed. He had ample opportunity. When somebody care about, see, here's the thing that we need to have these conversations because we are training our men to be suckers, bro. When you are a man and you got a wife and you have children, you walk away from that stupid sugar honey iced tea and you do what you have to do for your family. You are now in the United States of America, land of opportunity. In comparison to a ton of other countries, this is the land of milk and honey, baby. That's why so many people come here from far and wide to start new lives, to rebuild, and to send resources back to their family to bring them over. So Mr. Garcia, he's a grown-ass man. He could have been made a decision to do the right thing for not only his wife and children, but for himself as a citizen of this country, which he wanted to be. No, he did not. Because if he wanted to be that, he would have did what he had to do to become that. We need to stop calling these niggas, man. They're criminals. Why are we calling them? I don't get it. So Mr. Van Hollen goes out there and he's having this grandiose conversation. He initially been stopped by the Salvadorian military officials when he tried to visit Mr. Garcia and described the encounter as a blockade intended to thwart his visit to the prison. Sound like he's on a damn movie or something. Bro, this ain't no movie, ain't no TV show either. Human rights advocates have documented overcrowding in El Salvador's prisons and reports of torture. This was a very sort of simple humanitarian request. The photos of Mr. Van Hollen's meeting with Mr. Garcia conveyed a very different atmosphere from scenes of crowded prisons, with the two sitting together at a table in a dining area near lush greenery and greeting each other on the polished floor of the hotel lobby. No other person who runs a prison is going to say, you know what? We got a senator from America that want to see you, inmate. So we're going to go ahead and clean you up. We're going to let you leave the prison. We're going to take you to a bar. Yeah, you get to meet him at a hotel. We're going to go to a nice hotel. All right. Get you all cleaned up and snazzy. And y'all can sit down, have a nice meal, because you deserve it, inmate. Ain't nobody going to do that. Nor are we required to. He says that this was a humanitarian mission. It was not. You could have done a lot more good. See, this is what I'm talking about. We waste money and resources doing stupid sugar honey iced tea when we could have used that same money and resources to help a family, an American family. How about a veteran, someone who fought for this country? We could help them. How much money do you think was spent on the air flight, on the hotel, on the lunch? All of that on his hotel stay there. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but all of this happens if he's saying that if he's doing this in the capacity of a senator, everything that he swiped on that government credit card, that's us paying for that. This little dinner that they had, this little brunch, whatever they decided to order, tea, whatever the hell they had, we paid for it. We paid for this. Do you understand me? So since we paid for it, we have a voice. Since we're tax-paying citizens, we have a voice. So that's the only reason why I'm covering it, because we have a voice. Okay? Okay. In other news, we're about to check out something that really blew my mind yesterday. Really blew my mind yesterday. All right, so are you familiar with the Karmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf situation? Yesterday, Karmelo Anthony's family, they had a press conference. And in this press conference, Austin Metcalf, the young white boy that was stabbed in the heart and killed at a track meet by a young black boy who said that he felt like his life was in danger. That's why he brought the knife to the track meet. They say don't bring a knife to a gunfight, but it's okay to bring a knife to a track meet. Please make that make sense. Before I move on, I want to check this right here. Thank you so much for the super chat, America 12U. LFR rocking the truth in the U.S. Many thanks. Thank you so much, brother. I think that's a brother, but I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys. And hit the like button if you're here. I appreciate it. And also let me know where you're watching this. If you're watching this from your phone at work, let me know that. Or if you're watching it on a television at your home while your kids are playing on the floor, or your dog is watching too. If your dog is watching, tell him I said roof, roof, a roof, roof. Tell him that LFR said roof to the roof. And tell him I said hit that roof button. You know what I'm talking about? Some people know it. Man in the back know what I'm talking about. Blue Rose and Katarina know what I'm talking about. All right, so moving forward, Van, it's early, and this is how I am when it's early. Let's go and jump into it, guys. Here we go.
And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family, but he did it. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words. Okay? What he has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism. We have conservative operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case.
Now, I do want to say this. Just want to give y'all a little bit of clarity here. When Austin Metcalf's dad, Jeff Metcalf, was asked about when this whole thing very first happened, did y'all hear what he said? This dude didn't throw any shade. He didn't throw any darts. He didn't hate on on Karmelo Anthony or nothing. This dude said that God will take care of everything. He said that he forgives him already. And he came to this event with the same heart. With the same heart. But they're saying that he wasn't invited, and by him simply showing up was disrespectful. Not only did they say that, check this out, man. This whole thing is ridiculous, bro. Then he says that it was the weather's fault. The school, he said the school is responsible for this stabbing because it rained and they should have canceled the event. And since they didn't cancel, look at what happened. Whenever you don't cancel events, People get stabbed. We all know that. We all know that. This is ridiculous. And what he just now said about Jeff Metcalf is trying to politicize it. Conservatives are trying to politicize it. No, you all politicized it. You all made it a black and white issue off rip. You all did that so that you can raise, what, has it reached 500,000 yet? I think it's almost reached 500,000. And then they just now bought a $900,000 house. You cannot make this stuff up. If you haven't seen this yet, check this out, guys. I promise y'all, this I told y'all we're gonna be on something today.
But Frisco ISD has notified of their intent to expel Karmelo Anthony from school 1 month before his high school graduation. That just shows me that Frisco ISD is trying to push off the blame. And what I have not heard the media say, as many media outlets have asked us what went on, I'm trying to find how many of y'all have asked the superintendent or one single board of trustee, why didn't you cancel or postpone? With weather in that magnitude, you couldn't have a track meet in rain or thunderstorm or clouds. Y'all are the media. Ask your journalists, your weather journalists, how the weather was that day and that time. Y'all do that research. Because as a person who is the administrator of your children, you are responsible for the safety of the children. And so it seems as if Frisco ISD is trying to push this off by making this decision that they do not have to make. So the Next Generation Action Network.
This dude, this is the problem with the black community. I have to say this, man. I have to say this. This is the problem. The problem with the black community is that we don't require our community, our people, to have any accountability whatsoever. And that's more detrimental than anything. In his entire 3 minutes that we've listened to him talk so far, he didn't give Karmelo Anthony any culpability on anything that happened. Any culpability. This dude said that the school is wrong for kicking Karmelo Anthony out of school right before it was time for him to graduate. Why are you going to kick him out of school before he about to graduate? Y'all racist. What? The nigga stabbed a student. What am I? He stabbed a student. Even if he didn't kill him, he stabbed a student. Even if it was with a pencil and it was to the shoulder, and Austin Metcalf was still living, and he took that pencil and cracked it and snatched it out of his shoulder and just went to the principal office and said, this dude just now stabbed me in the shoulder with a pencil. And I'm talking about, this is with Austin Metcalf still living. He should be reprimanded for that. This dude took out a knife from his backpack at a track meet on a school property and somebody in the heart. And he shouldn't be kicked out of school. He shouldn't be held responsible. He has the knife. This is him with the knife. Come on, man. And then you're saying that conservatives are trying to turn this into, is trying to politicize this. My question to you is, why are Democrats not telling the truth about this? Why are Democrats coddling this boy? This man. He's 17. He got a mustache and hair on his nuts. He can have babies if he wants to. In a couple of months, he'll be able to vote. He took somebody's life because he was too pussy to fight with these. Put the gun down, son. Lift your dukes up. See, back in my day, this is how we handled it. With these. You live to fight another day. You live to fight another day, son. This is how you do it, son. This is what makes you a man. No, his little punk ass decided to say, you know what? I might have an issue with these white boys, and I'm afraid for my life. So I'm going to go ahead and take this knife with me. Bruh, he's responsible. What type of country are we living in, man? What type of country are we living in? And here is Mr. Metcalf being escorted out.
What we're looking at is video of Jeff Metcalf being escorted out of the co-working space where the Next Gen Action Network's office is by Dallas Police. You see that there. Jeff Metcalf, the gentleman who was wearing the sunglasses and the blue shirt, who's being escorted out, is the father of Austin Metcalf, who was the teenager who was stabbed and killed in trafficking 2 weeks ago. He is being asked to be escorted out of a press conference that is being held where the parents of the child who is accused of killing Metcalf's child are expected to speak. If you take a look at your screen now, what you are looking at is video of Jeff Metcalf being escorted out of the co-working space where the Next Gen Action Network's office is by Dallas Police. You see that there. Jeff Metcalf, the gentleman who was wearing the sunglasses and the blue shirt, who's being escorted out, is the father of Austin Metcalf, who was the teenager who was stabbed and killed in trafficking 2 weeks ago. He is being asked to be escorted out of a press conference that is being held where the parents of the child who was accused of killing Metcalf's child.
You know, and when they told him to leave, bro, he said, you know what? I don't want no problems, man. I'll leave, bro. I ain't come here to hurt nobody. Bro. I just now lost my son, man. I lost my son. They losing their son. Their son is about to go to jail. You know, there are actually some good people out here. I'm just going to let y'all know that. There are some good people out here who just like, look, I don't want no issues, man. I'm just here because, listen, we're all suffering. We're connected now for life. Y'all do know that. This is not about a black and white issue. This is not a political issue. Jeff didn't bring any news cameras, or he didn't bring a cameraman or any of that. The dude just showed up. He just showed up. I just want to be and this makes no sense, but sometimes you just want some type of closure, man. You just want some type of closure of all of this bad stuff, because every time, like, could you imagine what he's going through when he's driving? He's thinking about losing his son. When he's at home, he's thinking about losing his son. When he's at work, he's thinking about losing his son. His son's twin. He's always thinking about his brother dying in his arms. Like, it's just so much stuff going on. And even if they were on some teenager bully type of stuff, hey, get out of our tent or it's going to be a problem. My bad, big dog. I didn't know this was an issue. Get out of our tent. We about to start. We all go through stuff as children. And guess what? We're in our 30s, our 40s, our 50s, and our 60s right now. And some of us in our 70s, because we handled those issues properly. Some of us came out on the losing end. Some of us got our asses kicked. But guess what? We lived to fight another day. It might not even look good on our record. We probably even know kids that went to school with us that can attest to us getting our asses whipped. But guess what? We are happy adults now with our own children doing their own things, going through their own turmoil that they have to go through. Everybody got to go through this stuff. Kids get bullied. Kids go through stuff. But no parent in their right mind will tell another kid that if they put their hands on you, you stab them. My son, Jojo, I don't know if anybody, a lot of you probably already know my son, LFR Jojo. Very smart kid. Love him to death. Obviously, that's my son. When he was in middle school, he was starting to really feel himself. He's tough, you know what I mean? He's starting to grow into the young man that he's becoming. And he had this bravado about him. He's playing basketball, he's athletic. So I was talking to him about violence at school, right? I'm a black dad. I'm a dad. I'm not gonna say black dad. You already know I'm a black dude, but I told him, if anybody ever put their hands on you, you have a right to defend yourself. He said, wait a minute. You mean I won't get in trouble? No. If they punch you or they trying to dang on cause harm to you, you have a right to defend yourself with your hands. You know what he did? He went to school the next day and got into a fight. He came out on a winning end, but he got into a fight. When we found out what happened, he instigated the fight so that the person can hit him first, just so he can beat him up. I said, that's not what I was telling you to do. Okay? That's not it at all. My point is this. I was trying to teach him that you match other people's energy if you feel like you have to defend yourself, but you always lead with love. He decided to manipulate the situation because he's bright and he probably didn't like the kid. So he went and probably started talking about his mama, and the kid was doing the regular things that he usually do. Come in class, kicking the chair, calling them names. You know, the stuff that I used to do. I was one of those kids. I like to have fun, and hurting people or making fun of people was something that I sometimes did. But it also happened to me. I was robbed. I was jumped. You know what I mean? I was robbed at a damn funeral. At a funeral. I was going to sing at one of my friends' funerals who just now passed away. He died too early, which a lot of them was doing. And right before I went into the funeral, while I was in the alley area, walking across the street, is in Southeast DC, I was robbed of my leather jacket that my big brother gave me. These things happen. Did I get them back? Who knows? Who knows? We're not going to talk about that. Let's not bring up old stuff. All I'm saying is this dude just wants closure. He wants closure. He wants to be a part of a supportive group who are going through the exact same thing. At least he thought that they were going through the same thing. No, they're not going through the same thing. All they want to do is talk about how they're black, how they're victims, how they're disenfranchised, how they are oppressed, how the white man gets away with anything, and how we can never win. Excuse me, but your black kid killed the white kid and then raised $500,000 and is free out of jail right now. He's not even in jail. His mom celebrated this killing by purchasing a $900,000 house and a brand new truck. Yeah, it sounds like they are really going through it right now. These niggas are inside of their new mansion with their feet up, eating lobster and shrimp. Don't sound like they are celebrating Easter in a new house after their son unalived someone else's son. And they are being rewarded for it. Please make that make sense. Hopping off my soapbox. Okay, I'm off my soapbox now. I had to jump off my soapbox, so we can go ahead and get into something else. All right. So in other news, FSU shooting. There was an FSU shooting. 2 confirmed. Well, I don't know if it's still 2. I'm not sure, but it says that 2 people are confirmed unalived and 6 others wounded, and they have the shooter in custody. This right here is one of those stories that has taken the world by storm. The reason why is because of how divided we are as a country. The Democrats could not wait. They couldn't wait. They're like, please, Lord, if you're listening to me, Lord, all I ask for one school shooting, it will make Trump look real bad. And we also pray, dear God, that the shooter is a white Republican. We pray that his family are conservatives and that we can attack the NRA, Lord God. We ask you this in the mighty name of your son, Jesus. Amen. And they got their prayer. Their prayer was answered, and it's unfortunate. So here's what happened. On April 17, 2025, a shooting at Florida State University in Tallahassee killed 2 people and wounded 6 others. The victims killed were not students. And the incident occurred near the student union around noon. The shooter, Phoenix Ickner, a 20-year-old FSU student of a Leon County Sheriff's deputy. So his mom is a county sheriff deputy. Okay? Keep that in mind. Was taken into custody after being shot by police. He sustained non-life-threatening injuries and was hospitalized. Ickner used his mother's former service handgun, which she kept for personal use after the sheriff's office upgraded their weapons. So they got their weapons upgraded, and she got to keep her old weapon. That weapon was at home. He knew it was at home, and he went and got it. So a shotgun was also found with him, but police could not confirm it was used in the attack. FSU police responded immediately, neutralizing Ickner. The university issued an active shooter alert, and students sheltered in place. Classes were canceled through Friday. A memorial and a memorial grew for the victims. Tallahassee Memorial Hospital treated 6 wounded patients, 1 in critical condition. Authorities, including the FBI, are investigating, but no motive has been revealed yet. Ickner acted alone, and there are no ongoing threats to the community. The Leon County Sheriff's Office is examining how Ickner accessed the weapon. I want to show y'all this right here. This comes from, and we're still covering this story. Reason why? Because right now, let me show you this right here. Going to and I'm on my X page right now. That's why I share a lot of my stuff. This is the young dude right here, and this is him this is the young guy, and this is I think this is him on the ground after they caught him, right? All right. And so yeah. So let me open this up. I want to show y'all something. So inside the comments was a bunch of people talking about, is this white culture? Why do these people always shoot up schools? They're talking about white people. Just let you know, they're talking about the white people. Why do the white people always shoot up schools? White people get stressed and want to shoot every damn body. This is getting old, but I'm sure the narrative will be, he's been struggling with mental health. Why do white liberals have to be school shooters? I know this is a serious issue, but did anyone else notice what I noticed? So white people always, that's what this is all about. So what I realized yesterday is there was a whole bunch of coverage about this. A whole bunch of coverage about this right here. His face on the news, them talking about the shooting, them showing the shooting. I don't live in Florida, but I'm seeing the information over here being reported. All right. One thing I was not seeing reported was this young man right here. This young man right here. His name is Tracy Haynes, who was involved in the shooting a day before. This right here is not on the news here. He shot 5 people. Yeah, he shot 5 people. All right. This dude shot 8 people and killed 2. He's wrong as hell. He should be dealt with accordingly. He's wrong as hell. He should be dealt with accordingly, right? But there are already people trying to raise money for this guy because he said that he was threatened by some other people at school and he had to go handle his business. If you have not seen that video yet, I'm about to show you exactly what I'm talking about. We've been on top of this, man, because this right here is just ridiculous. I actually shared one of these videos yesterday. Where's the daggone video, man? I swear to goodness. Oh, I shared it on my Instagram. That's why I can't find it right now. Dang it. I shared it on my Instagram. Okay. I shared it on my Instagram. All right. I'm going to find it for you guys, though. Hold on one second. This is just real quick. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Haynes Shooting. I think his name is Tracy Haynes. Okay, here he is right here. He's actually driving. This is after the shooting. And this is a message that he put out to everyone. So after the shooting, he's shirtless in his car with two other people in the car. One person riding shotgun, riding in the passenger side, filming him, and one person in the back. My question is, was one of those people who are in the car, were one of the people who let him into the school? Because somebody opened the door so that he can get in. Check this out.
I love all my peoples, man. Nigga told me he was gonna kill me. All these niggas told me they was gonna kill me. Look what happened. I love my Sandra. I love the nigga behind this camera. I love Yana. I love my nieces and nephews. All of them. I want everybody to know I love them. People named that I didn't name, trust me, I love you. I can't think right now, but I love y'all. This is my last time fuck around be seeing y'all. Last time talking to y'all. Excuse my language, but I love y'all. I know I was wrong for what I did, but I didn't want to do it, but I had to do it. I'll be damned if one of us get buried again. I'm tired of us getting buried and nobody doing shit about it. My mama gone, my granny gone, everybody gone that I love. So I can't go. I can't go. I'd rather y'all see me like this, locked up, than y'all see me dead in the ground. And I know that's really what y'all, come on now. I know y'all don't want to see me dead. Come on now. What? Kill myself. But I know that's not what y'all want me to do. So let's be for real, y'all. I love y'all. All right.
Okay. So the young man said his mom is gone, his granny is gone. He was turned into the police last night. His father and a community activist turned him into the police. He said he's tired of, well, he said he had to do it. People were saying that they were going to kill him at school. So one of his friends opened up the door for him because they knew that he was packing heat and that he was coming in to do what he said he was going to do. That person should be arrested, the one who opened up the door. Come on in, because you're an accessory. They might even be in the car, all right? And then he said, I'm tired of us having to bury people. I'm tired of us always having to bury and them trying to kill us. Bruh, did you think that by shooting people that nobody was going to be buried? If you was a good shot? The one thing that happened positive from this whole situation is the fact that you was holding a gun sideways and your little ass can't shoot. That's it. You never been to the range before. You've been watching too many videos. You're a YN and you don't know how to shoot. And when you hold the gun sideways, you ain't gonna hit nobody. But it do look cool on movies. Trust me. I was holding the gun sideways and I wasn't hitting a damn thing, bro. And I was like, wow, what? On the movies, they always hold the gun sideways. It looks cool. That bullet going way over there and way over there. Like, what the hell? And this is not about black versus white, gang. It's not about that at all. This is just individuals believing that they are entitled to handle everything by themselves, like take the law in their hands. That's not your responsibility, young man. So now, here's what's happening. On the outside world, when you're facing bullies, you can run and get a knife like Karmelo Anthony. You can run and get a gun like this young man, and like the Ilkner, like let's go back to this guy right here. Or like this guy right here. You can go get a gun, right? But in prison, with all them men who can't wait to see you up in there, you step your little 5'4" self up in there, weighing $125, soaking wet, you're going to be looking like food to them. You're going to be looking real good to them. Yeah. And I do know that there's a whole bunch of videos out there where people are taking little videos of themselves with their cell phones inside of jail, where they're making up raps and they're working out and they're doing parkour and they're jumping off the steps and rails and they freestyling with each other and they're acting like they enjoy that. Don't nobody enjoy jail. Don't nobody enjoy jail. And guess who enjoyed jail the worst? Niggas like you. People like this dude right here. Small people. People who are not naturally aggressive. People who are not that.
Yeah, the police.
People who are not monsters. Now you're going to be locked in with monsters, real monsters, and they're going to take advantage of you. And you're going to wish that you made another decision. You're going to wish that you would have just taken that ass whooping. Oh, they're going to lock in. They can't wait for you to come. They're going to trade you for daggone oatmeal cream pies. The price for you in your back pockets will be a Rice Krispie treat. The price for your back pockets is going to be some ramen noodles. The price for your back pockets is going to be 1, maybe 2 cigarettes. You're going to wish that you can wait until you're going, where's my privacy? I want to be able to get in the shower by myself. I'm tired of all these men looking at this water glistening all over my body. These criminals don't think about this type of stuff at all. At all. I posted the story on Instagram yesterday, and people were taking up for him. People were already talking about raising money for him. People were already talking about, why am I sharing this information knowing that this brother was already in trouble? He was being bullied. Did he shoot black people? Did he shoot white people? He said, they want to see me dead. They want to see us dead. Don't make it a us thing. This is not a us thing. This is a you thing. You effed up, bro. You effed up. And now we're here. So we had this unfortunate event that happened. Another young idiot, dumbass, took a gun to a school, got it from his mom, went up to the school, thought he was handling business, and that's exactly what happened. He's in jail now. Well, he's in a hospital right now after being shot. And guess what? Black people are going to be complaining about that too. Mika, yep, he's a YN. YN for real. Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. I really appreciate it. All right, let's move to something more entertaining, like Luigi Mangione. Luigi Mangione, who is indicted on federal murder charge over healthcare CEO. Don't know if a lot of you noticed, but this brother he got his own fans and everything, man. There's a video of him still on the internet. I don't know why it's still on the internet, of him shooting the CEO. I'm not about to show that to you because then this whole chat will be shut down. I'm not about to show it to you. But he walked up to him point blank with a gun that he created in the labs, that he printed, and shot him. He tried to get away, But because we got cameras everywhere, shout out to optical engineers out there. LFR JoJo's about to receive his master's degree on in optical engineer. But shout out to the optical engineers out there who got all these cameras in everywhere around the world. He got tracked to Pennsylvania somewhere inside of a McDonald's. Well, they're saying right now that this brother is going to be facing some real stuff. All right. So Luigi Mangione defense team is actively fighting the possibility of the death penalty in the federal case related to the alleged assassination of the United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson. They filed a motion to preclude capital punishment, arguing it's arbitrary and capricious. Bruh, why I gotta read this early in the morning, man? It's before 12 noon, Tree. Warren, no the hell I'm not, Warren. Why in the hell would you say that, man? No, I'm not. Why would you say that? That is mean. I'm not. I promise you I'm not. That's what will make you say that? Warren, what will make you say that? Explain yourself, bro. Say that I'm on drugs. I need for you to let me know what's up with that. Because I'm very clear-headed, god dang it. I'm just weird. I'm just weird. All right, so they filed a motion of capital punishment, arguing is arbitrary and capricious and politically motivated. So Attorney General Pam Bondi announced on April 1, 2025, that she directed, hold on one second, that she directed Pam Bondi, that she directed federal prosecutors to seek the death penalty. And let me see. Aligning with President Trump's agenda to combat violent crime. The announcement made via an Instagram post is criticized by the defense for suggesting Mangione's guilt before conviction. So here's the story right here about Mr. Mangione, who have all the ladies going wild, loving on him. Who in the hell is this dude in the choker? This is wild, bro. All right, so let me finish reading. All right, so former federal prosecutor Niami Ramani suggests the case reflects a broader Department of Justice policy shift under the Trump administration to pursue the death penalty in blue states with moratoriums or bans on capital punishment, such as New York, which does not allow it for state convictions. Prosecutors argue it's premature to challenge the death penalty since Mangione has not been indicted or arraigned on federal charges, and no formal notice to seek capital punishment has been filed. The defense counters that Bondi's public statements have prejudiced the grand jury process. Wait a minute, bro. That don't make sense. That don't make sense, gang. All right, so Mangione is accused of stalking and murdering Thompson outside a New York City hotel in December 2024. He faces federal charges, including murder with a firearm and state charges, murder and terrorism, with the latter carrying a maximum of life without parole. The federal case makes him eligible for death penalty. So that's where we are right now. Here's Luigi Mangione. Luigi Mangione is about to face the death penalty. I sound horrible, bro. I am ridiculous, man. Y'all lucky I don't know how to do voices, man, because I'll be up out of here. I'm talking about I will take off, man. I will take off. Here's some more pictures of Luigi Mangione looking tough. You know what I mean? He got to look tough. He's on his way to prison. He want people to think he's tough. I'm a killer. Don't mess with me. Leave me alone while I'm asleep. You're not about to sell me for no Rice Krispie treat. Here he is right here. And here's the victim, Mr. Brian Thompson. Now, whether or not he deserved this fate, nobody can say. And it's unfortunate there are actual people on the internet saying that he deserved this fate. As a matter of fact, I believe Bill Burr was joking about it, and that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's highly unfortunate. Let me see. So Mangione's defense said waiting on an indictment would mean waiting too long. Once a prejudiced grand jury returns a death-eligible indictment, it is simply too late, they argue. But the defense faces an uphill battle with those arguments of selective prosecution. According to Niyama Ramani, a Los Angeles-based former federal prosecutor who has been following the case. It didn't work for Donald Trump. It didn't work for Hunter Biden, and it won't work for Mangione, he told Fox News Digital. It's a very difficult and a high legal burden to meet. He predicted the judges that the Justice Department under Bondi, a Trump nominee, may begin to more aggressively seek ways to impose the death penalty for crimes committed in blue states that don't have capital punishment on the books. Bigger picture. This may reflect a shift in DOJ. Let me tell you something. Forget all this. Kill him. Get rid of him. Why are we even talking about it? Why are we wasting money? Why are we wasting time? Get him up out of here. He shot somebody in broad day in the back of the neck. What are we talking about here? Bang, bang. Firing squad. Put them on the line and let the family of Mr. Brian Thompson give them the guns and let them do it. You know what I mean? Let people sign up for tickets. I don't care, man. Why are we so damn soft? Pam Bondi and Trump, they want the death penalty, and we want to do something about it. He don't deserve it. Yes, the hell he does. He killed somebody in cold blood. His reason is not important. Protecting him is not important. What am I missing here? Take his ass up out of here. What are we talking about? Get him up out of here. He's done. I don't care about that. Like, for real, I really don't care about that. Get him up out of here. Maybe I'm just cold, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just cold. Is it just me? Please let me know if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. Correct me. Feel free. I'm a novice when it comes to politics. I'm just now, I know that there's a right and a wrong way to do things. We got to go through the court system. We got to do a lot of things, but he killed somebody in cold blood. A man, a husband, a father. Bang, bang. What are we waiting for? It's his turn. This nigga get 3 meals a day. He in there sleeping, probably curled up. People sending him love letters. They probably sending him pictures with their titties out. Because he's popular and he got nice hair and eyebrows that they like. What? This dude got fan mail, man. And somebody's father is gone. What are we talking about here? Somebody's dad is gone. Somebody's husband is gone. What are we talking about here, man? Get rid of him. It was easy for him to get rid of somebody at the drop of a dime. He said, man, he got to go. And he got rid of him. Please, man. I agree with you on this one. Why are women supporting this guy? World is going crazy. That's because women are nuts, bro. Women are something. I think that a lot of people are in jail because of women. They was either trying to impress one or trying to I guess control one, or unalived one, taking advantage of one. I think a lot of people who are in prison right now is because of women. Because most of these young niggas out here, and I'm talking about black, white, everybody, calling them all that, who are committing these crimes, are doing it to appease these chicks. They want to look cool in the eyes of these women, these girls, man. They want to get more girls, and girls like bad boys. Girls like for a man to be rough. Girl like for a man to be a roughneck. Ooh, turns me on how you just now punched that man in the face. Ooh, turns me on how you just now stabbed him. Oh yeah, you're gonna get it tonight. If you would have shot him, would have made her moist. People are something, man. Okay, now I can see why somebody would say Van is on drugs. I'm not. I promise you I'm not. I'm clear-headed. It's just morning time and it's Friday and I'm happy to be alive. God is absolutely amazing. And I know we're talking about somebody that just now got shot back in the back of the head, but God is something. God is a good God. Yes, he is. Easter is coming. There was this song that I used to like to sing every Easter. And it goes, living, he loved me. Dying, he saved me. Buried, he carried my sins far away. Rising, he just fine. Freed me forever. One day he's coming back. One glorious day. I went to a black church. Everything was clapping. That just means he died for us and our sins. Living, he loved me. Dying for our sins, he saved me. When he got buried, he carried my sins far away. Hallelujah. Then rising 3 days later, rising, he justified me and freed me forever. And one day he's coming back. One glorious day. That's what Easter is supposed to be about. Not about no damn bunnies and eggs. And I know the math don't line up that he died on Friday and he rose on Sunday. That's not even 3 days. But that's what we say. Living, he loved me. Dying, he saved me. Buried, he carried my sins far away. Rising, Jesus freed me forever. Okay. All right. So that's where we are right now. So hopefully you guys enjoy your Easter and everything, and that you love on your families. And yeah, there was something else that I wanted to cover with you guys before we left. I know y'all didn't ask for that freebie, but there you have it. You got a freebie. You got a freebie. All right. So apparently, this right here you guys may not like this, but I have to share it. Came across my timeline today. This just shows the type of world we're in. I'm going to play this. Hopefully this does not sully your spirit, but I need for y'all to see this. This blew my freaking mind. Please hit the like button, gang. Right.
Tonight, in a heartbreaking story, Georgia police have now arrested 2 teenagers, a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old, for shooting a 13-month-old baby in the face while he sat in his stroller near his mother.
I was walking home from the post office, and I thought, I don't go out enough, so I should take a walk.
It was a walk Thursday morning that turned Sherry West's life upside down. She says 2 boys approached her and demanded money. She told them she didn't have any.
He tried to grab my purse, and I tried to tell him I don't have any money, and then he shoved me, and he shot me in the ear.
West describes how one of the teens then shot her in the leg, too. A feeling and incident so surreal, she didn't think the gun was real, but it was. And then the unthinkable happened to her baby boy, sleeping in his stroller right in front of her.
And all of a sudden, he walked over and he shot my baby right in the face. And he must have died instantly because I screamed for help and a neighbor to call the police, and he ran off.
West tried to save her little Antonio, performing CPR, but he was gone before his life ever really got started.
I tried to perform CPR, but I saw his lungs inflating, but he was not breathing.
Back at his home, Antonio's toys are still laying in the living room while his family tries to pick up the pieces of their broken hearts.
He was so special, got the bluest eyes.
This isn't the first time Wes has lost a child to violence. She says her 18-year-old son was stabbed to death back in 2008. Todd.
A lady's 18-year-old son was stabbed to death in 2008. In 2025, she's walking her baby in a stroller. 13-month-old. They just enjoying the day. Two teenagers decide to rob her at gunpoint. And they did not only decide to rob her, but they wanted to kill her and the baby. They attempted to shoot her in the head, and it missed because niggas like to hold guns sideways. It hit her ear. Then they shot her in the leg. She wouldn't give up her purse because she's telling them, I don't have any money. Just my identification, my keys. These are just things that I need, necessities. I need my stuff. This is just my stuff. Could y'all leave me alone? Then one of those demons walk around to the front of the stroller and unalive a baby with a gun. So I know our argument as Christians come back and kick us in the back pockets when we talk about this is why we need God. Well, this is why I lean on God. But this is also why I don't worry about anything. I pray and I let God handle it. Because this is a demonic world. Just like the Lord has foot soldiers, so does Satan. Satan has foot soldiers. Satan tell people to go the dark way. Go and take a life and you will get rewarded. You will be rewarded. Go and commit these heinous crimes and you will be rewarded. Sell your body, sell your soul, and you will be rewarded. You have to be a certain level of dark that I do not understand, nor do I care to understand, in order to commit a crime like this. What's crazy is I didn't hear about this. Opposite of searching for another story on the internet. Why is that? Why is it that mainstream media don't want to put information out like this? It's because it supports the narrative. It supports the same sugar honey iced tea that we report all the time. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I really didn't want to sully your mood, but I wanted to put that information out there. This is why we need to talk about God more and more and more. We need to talk about love more and more. We need to love on each other. We need to be there for each other, listen to each other, hear each other out. This is necessary. Because minus that, you're going to have these idiots, these people who move in darkness, Satan's minions, doing whatever and we need God's soldiers to be all over the world, all over, like just ready at all times, man. This is unfortunate. There's no type of way that this lady could have forced. She could never see this happening, ever. She could never see. Could you imagine living with this? Could you imagine living with this on your heart, living with this on your mind? How could she sleep? I would not be able to sleep if the image that I saw was one of my kids. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Talking about Sully in your mood. I just now did it to myself, man. I did it to myself, bro. This is crazy. Thank you, Mika. Thank you so much, Mika. Shout out to Mika. She's such a sweetheart. Make sure y'all tune in later on for On Point with Van and Mika, because we really gonna go in. This is gonna be a good show later on, guys. I've had you guys for an hour and 45 minutes on your Friday morning, and I'm so grateful that you guys spent this time with me. Y'all just don't know. I really appreciate you tapping in and clicking the play button and just letting it play while you're driving or while you're working or while you're doing in the working out in the gym, whatever the case may be. I appreciate it. And hold on. B pulled up. What's up, B?
I'm just saying, don't leave on that note. Bring something brighter.
Okay, I will do that. You know what? I'm gonna do just that. I'm gonna give y'all something that's gonna put some joy in your heart right quick. Okay, that was a good idea. Thank you, B.
Here's also my idea for your morning show name. Wake yourself, fool.
Wake yourself, fool. That's kind of a little angry. I'm already angry. Thank you, B.
All right.
All right, so she's right. So let me go ahead and get y'all something that will tickle your fancy a little bit. Something that I enjoy. All right. I have to do it because you know what I mean, that was really nice of her to say. She's absolutely right. All right. So let me go ahead and get y'all something that you might enjoy right quick. All right. Hold on one second. Let me see what I can find for y'all right quick. This is gonna be a treat. This is a pop quiz. This is a pop quiz. Okay. All right. Hold on one second. Here I come. And thank you again, guys. Hit the like button if you have not already. God gracious, every time I look around, I see something, just something crazy. Hold on. Here's something good. Always good to see my brother bully these individuals on CNN. Yes, Scott Jennings. He's in the building.
Then Hollen posted a picture of him sitting with Abrego Garcia at a table.
I see these pictures tonight, and I think, boy, the party of women is really covering itself in glory tonight. I mean, I don't understand why the American left falls in love with the worst people. You've got a gang-banging, human trafficking, wife-beating, illegal alien, and a United States senator in a ludicrous display of energy is in El Salvador having Mai Tais and Yahtzee. I do not get it. I do not understand why the left takes on the heroes.
The part of this,
I don't get it.
I think
he has an adjudicated deportation order, and you have Democrat public officials falling all over themselves trying to get him back here without thinking through the next step, which is he's literally going to be deported somewhere else.
But he did have due process. Everything we know about him is documented because he did go through the court systems. He was stopped for trafficking. His wife did file these domestic violence charges against him. He was arrested with MS-13 members with a roll of cash that had the eyes and the ears and the mouths of the presidents erased, which is an MS-13 markings. This is all non-disputed.
Average American looking at this case, a lot of conflicting information. Okay, I believe some, I don't believe. An illegal alien came here in 2011, and somehow in 2025, he's still here? After having been through the court system, after having been arrested with lots of people in his car, after having all this evidence,
deport him?
He just did, and now everybody's mad about
Why
it.
didn't
How
Donald
did an
Trump
illegal
deport
alien
him?
take advantage of our system for 14
Why
years
didn't
and
Donald
not
Trump
get
deport
away?
him?
They always got something to say, man. I swear to God, these people get on my damn nerves. I want to go on CNN. I want to go on CNN just so I can say, Ashley, this is Ashley Babbitt right here. I think, no, that's not Ashley Babbitt. I apologize. I keep saying her name is Ashley Babbitt. That's the young lady that got unalived at the Jan 6 joint. That's definitely bald-headed reasoning. Mika, she's absolutely right. That's bald-headed reasoning, 1,000%. Jamil Hill. Yeah, I've seen her on a couple of interviews, and she's ride or die for the black people. That's it. Facts. I only wish we would celebrate Jesus' birthday and his resurrection on correct days instead of a pagan day. on pagan days, to me, is disrespect to Christ. Just saying. Yeah, I'm like this, bro. As long as we celebrate it, I'm cool. That's like the argument of people who are celebrating God on a Sunday or a Saturday. There are some people out there who will think that you're not a Christian because you celebrate God on the wrong day that they consider to be the Sabbath. And I'm like, wait a minute. Let's focus on the real reason why we're here. We're here to celebrate God, to give him all praise, glory, and honor for his power, for his him being omnipresent, for him being omnipotent, for him being above and beneath us. Like at the end of the day, man, we fuss about the wrong things, man. But you're absolutely right. It's a pagan holiday made up by man, but sometimes we have to be forced to do things, and we got to focus on the right things. Right. But I do appreciate you guys being here. I'm still looking around. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Oh, this is the dude. Okay. Don't you know the guy that kicked Jeff Metcalf, Austin Metcalf, the son of the young guy that was unalive, that was killed by Karmelo Anthony? And he told Jeff Metcalf, Austin Metcalf's dad, to leave the meeting yesterday. This is the guy that did it. This is the dude's rap sheet. He's been arrested over daggone 10 times. He was in when he had a short haircut. He was in when he had a perm. This dude used to be a pimp. He got a pimp cut. This is definitely a pimp cut. Either this a pimp cut or a hoe cut. Either way, he was out there on a stroll. And now he's representing. I was just now talking to Mika about that yesterday. How come it's always niggas like this that represent the community? Why? Because you got on a damn suit and a haircut. You're now qualified to stand up in front of these people and represent our community, represent us. Who in the hell put him out there like that? Now he's standing up with a suit on, acting like he's the authority, and he's kicking people out. Come on, bro. This is what we allow to represent us in our community? How many times he's been arrested? And for what? This is insane. Let me see if I can open this up a little bit just to see what did. Okay, I can't. What are the charges? What are the charges, man? What are the charges, bro? This is nuts. He's a felon with a history of beating babies and women. This dude was getting arrested for beating babies and for beating women. Come on, bruh. Come on. Get out of here. Come on, man. I see why people look at the black community and be like, and just be laughing, bro. Because we are anything. We allow anybody to represent us. And now the whole black community pissed off because Shaquille O'Neal hugs and shakes Trump's hand and hugs him in public. They're talking about, brother, this will always be in history. Black people will always remember this. How you turned your back on black people when you hugged that man that has done so much against us. He hate us. He hate us, brother. But you shook his hand and you hugged him. Issue started when the Bible was taken out of schools. They will continue to be taken out of schools. Why? Because the Bible does not push the same agenda that Democrats want. They want to be progressive. They want people to be able to do anything they want to. They want you to be able to have a ding-a-ling and compete against girls. That's what they want. You know what I mean? So, all right. That was much better than on. Here's this guy right here. God dang it. This dude right here. You god daggone clown. This is the guy right here.
Why didn't you cancel or postpone? with weather in that magnitude?
Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up, bruh. Why do they put him? They just put a damn suit on him and put the mom behind him looking sad. Why you so sad, baby? Oh, mom, why you so sad? Because you got $500,000 in your bank account? Ooh, let me ask you this. How did you get that $500,000? Oh, all your son had to do was kill somebody? Oh, that makes sense. That make all the sense in the world. That make all the sense. And who you got representing you here? Somebody that's been arrested more than 10 damn times for beating babies and beating women. I'm so done, man. These daggone people are ridiculous. Hold up. Hold up. Are you selling out too? King Mike's World. Is that for me? Are you saying I'm selling out, bro? King Mike's World. Are you saying then I am selling out too? Karmelo isn't the victim. Oh, you're not talking to me. You're not talking. I thought you was talking to me. I thought, see, when I see stuff, man, I just wanted, I like to address stuff right away. It looked like a Dave Chappelle skit. It really does. Shout out to MJ, WTF for real. What's up, brother? Also, everybody that's inside the coaching course, we will be having a group call at 11 this morning, at 11 o'clock this morning. It will be 11 o'clock. Right after this live stream, I will be announcing it inside the Facebook group, but we will be having a group call at 11 o'clock this morning. And it's Friday night, so I need to find out if my wife has plans. But if she does not have plans for us, then we can have a 1 hour call tonight at 8 p.m. as well. All right. Jesus. All Austin had to do was keep him hands. Hey, King Mike. Okay. Hey, pull up right quick, big dog. I want to put the link. I want to put the link to get up here and have a conversation right quick. But I need for you to let me know if you'll be willing to do that. Because he said I might have said that wrong, but Karmelo don't deserve all this hate. Hey man, you want to come up on the screen and ride with me, man? All right, bet. He said he'll pull up. Let's go. All right, so let me go ahead and put this link down here for you. This is just for you, brother. Just for you. Click on this link, man. Let's go. I want to hear what you got to say. All right. Anybody else got something to say? Huh? Speak now and forever hold your peace. I'm a chimney, bro. I want all the smoke. All right, he said give him 2 minutes. Anybody else want to pull up? Feel free. Let's go. I don't care. It's Friday. It's Friday. Let's give him a show. Let's talk. Who else want to pull up? Hit that link. Only if you got something to say. That if you wanna argue, then I'm here for it. If you want to come up here and tell me how much you love Mika, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I put the link inside of the chat. The link is inside of the chat. Hit the link. Hi, King Mike. Call on that camera, dog. I need to make sure you are who you say you are before I pull you on stage. You hear me, big dog? I see you pulled up. Cut on the camera so I can pull you up. I need to make sure you are who you say you are. Diesal Water. All right. King Mike, cut on your camera, man. I'm ready to pull you up. Love you. Love you, Van. Sending some blessings to you and your fam. Keep going, man. You're killing it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, big dog. Come on, King Mike. Cut on that camera, big dog. I'm ready to get to it. It's Friday, man. This is what Friday's about. And just so you know, this is not about to be no debate. I don't debate people. I have conversations. Here he is. This is not about to be no debate. I don't debate people. Hey, conversations. So cut your camera back on, big dog. This is not about to be no debate. And also,
there we go. All right, I had to set everything up.
You're echoing a lot. Cut your screen back on, big dog.
Nah, I don't want to be on screen. But you know I'm real.
All right. Okay, I know you're real. All right, let's go. What's up?
All right. Now
how do you said, and I'm gonna pull you up to Diesal Water in a minute. Let me go ahead and get us situated. So you said that you don't know why Karmelo Anthony is getting all of this hate. Please let me know what you think about that. I mean,
all right, now look, I'll let you know. See, the thing is, I don't understand why everybody's labeling Karmelo as like this dude who's looking for trouble, who just went out of his way to go off somebody. Because I respect the channel, I ain't gonna say certain words. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm, you know what I'm saying, I do this too. So I respect the channel, I ain't gonna say certain words. But there's a lot of people who are just labeling Karmelo to be this demon, and he just wanted all these issues. But the thing is, if Austin Metcalf and his brother would have just left Karmelo alone, none of this would have happened. And I don't understand how people don't understand that, especially and this might not be directed exactly at you, but what you said kind of irritated me a little bit, because I see a lot of black people just jumping on the other side, and it's like, do y'all really have this much of a problem with the black community? Because if I could see if Karmelo was acting a fool underneath that tent and Karmelo was looking for trouble, and then the Metcalf twins went over there and tried to rectify the situation, okay. You know what I'm saying? Or if he was harassing people or doing something and the Metcalf twins went over there to rectify the situation, okay. But Karmelo wasn't doing anything. He was just sitting there. And for some reason, they decided to go over there and bother that boy. Nobody else had a problem with him underneath that tent except for those two. So I don't understand how people don't get that.
All right. Was that the gist of it? Was that the biggest thing that that you had an issue with that I said? Before I start talking, I just want to make sure that I address the right things. I want to make sure.
Well, the thing I had an issue with is because you're looking at the mom and you're talking about, oh, why are you crying, mom? Are you crying because you got $500,000 in your bank account? All your son had to do was off somebody. It's the way y'all say things, bro, that make it be like, man, y'all people tripping around here, bro. Because all Austin had to do was mind his own business. And what's the point of throwing shots at the mom? I mean, like, she's going through a traumatic situation, her and the dad. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So I'm appreciative of that. Because I'm a big proponent. I when it comes to the family unit, 100% on board, bro. I never thought that I would have a family myself. I never thought that I would live past the age of 25. But when my wife and I started to create a family, that's all I've been about. Father before anything, husband next, and then so forth and so on. I'm gonna address what you said first. I don't look at Karmelo Anthony as being a monster. I look at him as being a scared dumbass who committed a crime that he should be held accountable for. It's that simple. If you feel like your life is being threatened and you don't want nobody to put their hands on you, there's a couple of options you have. You can leave the vicinity. You can get up and walk away. You can get out of their space and let them continue to be idiots by themselves, and nothing have to go down. or you can still be that guy that's not going to move, not going to budge, and handle whatever comes to you. If it's them putting hands on you, then hey, I gotta fight both of these dudes. I'm about to be fighting. I might get my ass whooped, but I'm about to be fighting these guys. That's not the decision that he made. He made a decision that took someone else's life. So since he made a decision to take someone else's life, I'm not going to coddle him. It's nothing about him that says he needs extra protection. He killed somebody's son. He killed somebody's son. Now, here's the thing. In Texas, the bond is automatically set at $1 million. It's up to the person, the defendant, to hire a lawyer to get that bond argued down to something reasonable. That's exactly what happened. So when we talk about that, these things happened for him the way that they were supposed to happen. He wasn't unalived by police. He wasn't beat up by police. None of that. He was able to turn himself in, admit to the crime, and move about his day. But what Black America did, we made it a racial thing, and we raised almost $500,000 to represent him, to make a statement. And here's the part too. We're acting like we give a damn about Black lives when we absolutely do not. And that goes with the culture. So honestly, I want him to be held accountable. I want him to be held responsible. And it looks like he will be held responsible. So I'm leaving him alone. A lot of people who hear me talking about this case don't hear me saying too much negative about Karmelo Anthony, other than he made a bad decision. He made an idiotic decision that now he's going to have to protect his back pockets for the next 20, maybe 40 years. Period. That's on him. He decided to go into his bag to take out a knife. He decided that before even going into the bag, he said, if you touch me again, something's going to happen. So don't touch me. You put your hands on me, it's going down. He was planning on reaching in that bag and grabbing that knife and poking somebody. And he didn't have to. He didn't have to. He could have used his hands. But just like every other punk ass criminal, he's afraid of catching hands. He's afraid to fight. And now somebody's dead because of it. As far as me disrespecting his mom, let me just say this. I don't have any extra respect for his mom whatsoever. She's not due extra respect. She's, in my opinion, she's due the respect that she puts out there. If she's a respectable person, then she gets the respect. If she's a loving person, then she gets the love. But let's talk about brass tacks here. Her son killed somebody else's son, but her bank account is now $500,000 richer. I didn't say anything that's a lie. And the gentleman that's representing them is not somebody that's an upstanding citizen that has been putting in righteous work his entire life. He's somebody that got his life together, and now he wanted to spearhead a political Black empowerment movement, and it's uncalled for. It's mismanaged anger. They're acting like they're going through something when it's another family that's lost their son. It's another family that won't be able to celebrate Easter with their son. I don't want to coddle Karmelo, and I don't want to piss on him at all. I don't care about him nor his family, to be honest with you. I doubt him and his family care about me. But at the end of the day, I don't see why Black people are joining together and trying to save this young man who put himself in this predicament. Just like anybody else who go out there on the street and unalive somebody. A lot of times we got a reason to do it. The young man that ran inside of the school and shot 5 people yesterday, to him, he had a reason to do it.
Yeah, he's an idiot, though.
He said that they was going to kill me first. I had to beat them to the punch. So somebody let him in the door. He went in there and he started shooting. And now the Black community will come to his rescue.
If they're smart, they won't. They'll let him be wherever he's gonna be at,
brother.
because he had no reason to do that. Now
let
people are defending.
Let me ask you this: do you think Karmelo had a reason to stab Austin Metcalf?
Yeah, he should have left him alone.
I have a question for you. Do you have any kids?
Yeah.
Do you have any teenager kids?
No, my kid like 9. He'll be 10 this month.
All right. So when they become teenagers and they're playing sports, because I saw a little peek of you, you seem to be athletic. I bet your kids are going to have the same traits and they're going to play sports. When they run across bullies who want to cause them harm, are you going to advise them to take them out, or are you going to advise them to defend themselves?
The way we grew up and the way we was taught was anybody can say what they want to say to you, but once they put their hands on you, all bets are off.
All bets are.
And the thing is this, people keep saying that if Karmelo feared for his life, then he should have just left. But he has no obligation to leave where he's at. And I don't understand why people don't see it the other way. Why didn't Austin just leave when Karmelo told him, put your hands on me and see what happens? Why did Austin feel the need to take up Karmelo on that challenge?
Honestly, that's a question that we can't get answered because he's dead.
But nobody's asking the question. Everybody's expecting Karmelo just to be, all right, I'll get up out of here. You said for me to leave, I'll go ahead and leave. But he wasn't doing anything wrong.
He was sitting in a tent that didn't belong to him and his team. He was sitting in a tent.
Then what should have happened was somebody should have went and got security to remove him. The same way they removed his dad from that press conference.
How about this? How about he would have went and got security? Because he was the one being accosted. You're saying somebody. Why is the onus?
That's what I'm saying. Obviously, nobody had a problem with him underneath that tent except for the Metcalf boys. Nobody else told him to leave.
Okay, the Metcalf boys were the leaders over there. The Metcalf boys were, I don't know if you knew their story or not, but the Metcalf, the youngins that they was a big deal at their school in football.
So they're like the tank bosses.
Hold on. Because we're talking about a confrontation that led to a death. We're not talking about a confrontation that led to somebody getting their ass whooped. So just like you said, when your kid becomes a teenager, you're going to tell them what the old adage is. If it pops off and they do something to you, then you have a right to defend yourself. Well, guess what? When your kid defends himself, and if in defending himself, he kills somebody, your kid will be held responsible by himself. No matter what the issue was, no matter if he was right or if he was wrong, your kid will be held responsible. From what I'm seeing, people want the person that unalived the other guy to be held responsible. And honestly, nobody's pushing for a death penalty. Nobody's pushing for him to do more, get more time. Nobody's pushing for black people to do anything extra or do anything less. Nobody's saying that he's not getting what he deserved. He actually is. But all of that extra stuff, all because somebody came over there and said, move, and bullying you, and I'm putting my hands on you, and I deserve to be stabbed. For any adult, and this is just me, same way I said something that triggered you or made you feel like I was saying something foolish, or like I'm selling out or something like that. I think that any adult that believes that he deserved to be stabbed are retarded.
Okay, and that's your belief. That's how you feel. But
no, I'm gonna tell you why I feel that way. I'm gonna tell you why I feel that way. I feel that way because as an adult, you are very much aware that that certain actions have consequences. But you want to give this young man a pass because somebody came over there and said, move, get out the way. I'm going to put my hand on you. And then the other guy says, if you touch me, I'm going to stab you. And then when he stab him, you as an actual adult believe that it was the right action to take. And that to me is highly remedial.
Okay. See, a lot of people say he shouldn't have stabbed him, he shouldn't have did this, but I promise
I say that.
You and a lot of other people say that too. But I promise you this: if two dudes twice your size was to come up to you and start pushing up on you, you wouldn't fight them. You'll pull out something and be like, hey, put your hands on me again and see what happens.
Not at a school.
And that goes for a lot of people, bro.
Not at a school. Not at a school.
What?
Not at a school.
It doesn't matter where.
No, I'm telling you, you saying that I would, and I'm telling you not at a school. And I went to one of the worst schools in DC.
Right.
Listen, I went to one of the worst schools in DC. I grew up I'm sure you grew up in an area too that's rough, probably. But I went to one of the roughest schools in DC, man. And I wasn't a quiet dude. I was outside. I was a YN. I loved being in the darkness. I loved being in chaos. I enjoyed it. But if I'm gonna stab somebody at school, I already know I effed up. Regardless if he punched me in the face, he deserved to be punched in the face.
But this ain't
if he kicked me, he deserved to be kicked. If he pushed me, he deserved to be pushed. A push and a threat does not equal a stab.
This ain't the time we grew up in. We grew up in like the 80s and the 90s and stuff like that, man. This is a whole different day and age. And who knows, maybe Karmelo felt like I had to get him before he got me. No telling what Austin would have done to him. No telling what Karmelo might have been running through his mind. Like, hey man, maybe this dude might do something to me. You know, and we haven't got all of the details yet. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know if they was actually scuffling, you know what I'm saying? Or if Austin just punched him and we don't know exactly what happened, right? But regardless, I feel like Karmelo had the right to do what he had to do because you never know what the other person is going to do.
Come on, bro. Come on, man.
No, I'm serious because
Mike.
Look, no, I'm serious because there's plenty of other cases. There's plenty of other cases where somebody put their hands on somebody and then that other person unalived them and they walked on self-defense. There's plenty of other cases.
Give me another case.
Daniel Penny.
Daniel Penny was protecting other people inside the train.
So
the crazy guy that already was good.
But from what though?
Hold on. I'm trying to answer you. So on that same train station, you do know that people have been assaulted, people have been raped, people have been set on fire while they were living, like by people like the gentleman that died on the train. So Daniel Penny was helping out other people. This dude was threatening other people who was not going to move, was not going to budge until whatever he was threatening to do actually happened.
But did he do anything?
It's not the same.
But did he do anything?
You do know that sometimes people get in front of crimes being committed, right?
Yeah, sometimes people defend themselves before they get hurt.
Who was Karmelo Anthony defending?
Himself.
Trying to prevent from being killed. Who was he trying to prevent from being killed? Because one person was threatening to kill people and got killed. One person was threatening to touch somebody and move them out the way, but he got killed. So you're saying that they're the same thing?
I'm saying they're similar. And how about this? There's a case that just happened where two boys were fighting in the bathroom. One boy, you know what I'm saying, did something, you know what I'm saying, with a knife to the other kid like 4 times. And the same thing's going on, but ain't nobody outraged about that. See, and Kyle Rittenhouse left a different state with an illegal weapon, went to somewhere where he wasn't supposed to be at, got self-defense.
You do know that one of the people that he shot actually was holding the gun and was about to shoot him, right? You do know that the other person that he shot hit him in the back of the head with a skateboard, right? The people that he shot was trying to unalive him. And that's something that I figured out when I looked into it, bro. When the Kyle Rittenhouse situation first happened, I was completely against it. Here's the thing. I voted blue my entire life, lived in a Democratic state my entire life, and I was on the side of the Democrats, ride or die. If it's black, I'm with it. If it's white, I'm against it. I was that guy for a long time. But then I started doing my own due diligence and found out that these people were defending themselves against other people. Were they wrong for bringing a gun across state lines? In my opinion, I think so. I think so. But these are not the same things. We're comparing apples to daggone plantains. It's not the same. And what we try to do, we're trying to, I guess, qualify Karmelo Anthony in some type of way. And here's my problem. I believe that Karmelo Anthony, if he didn't have so much sugar in his heart, if he wasn't there acting like a sucker, he would have just put them things up and say, you know what? If it's gonna be that, it's gonna be that. I'm not moving. If he really about that life, I'm not moving. If you want to touch me, feel free, touch me. Let's go. I don't care. I'm not moving.
You know, everybody's not a fighter though.
Okay, but everybody's a stabber. Everybody's a shooter. Nah, man, you're an adult, bro. Like you're an adult.
Do you know the first time I ever heard of self-defense? It was in a case in Georgia where a dude jumped out of their car, walked up to another dude, pushed him on the ground, and the dude that got pushed on the ground pulled out the burner and ended that dude, and they called that stand your ground self-defense. So did he have the right to do that because he got pushed to the ground?
No. But I'm at the point right now.
So why do they call it self-defense?
They call it self-defense because
he was defending himself from harm.
Whatever the case may be, but we're not talking about that.
Carmelo Anthony was doing, defending himself from harm.
I'm not. I know he wasn't. Because here's the thing, King Mike. When you go to speak to kids at schools, and that's about to happen if you haven't done it already. I don't know if you have, but if you haven't, you're about to start speaking to other kids at school. And you're not going to tell them that if somebody is aggressive toward you, then you have a right to defend yourself by any means necessary. What you would do is tell them to do it intelligently. You would tell them to do it in a way that they can keep their life, that they can keep their freedom. And if you are telling them that by any means necessary, you do what you got to do, then you aren't the right person to speak to these individuals, to these young people. I'm just saying, as a 47-year-old man, that's where I'm coming from. As a 47-year-old man who's been married to a black woman for 27 years, who have 4 amazing black children, black young adults. My youngest is 19. My oldest is 27. I'm not coming from a fake place. I'm coming from a place of what would I tell my children? What would I tell my nephews, my nieces? What would I tell my little cousins? What would I tell these kids at these high schools when I speak to them? I'm not going to tell any of them to bring a knife to school. I'm not going to tell any of them to stab somebody if they're beating them up anywhere. I'm not going to tell them that. If you're out there in the streets, pick up a bottle, pick up a brick, pick up a knife, do what you got to do. You're in the streets. There are no rules. But when I'm at a school function, at a school event, a track meet, the rules are not the same, and you know that. You're being disingenuous by pushing this narrative, and you know it.
What I'm gonna tell them is what they told us in kindergarten. You keep your hands to yourself. Don't you go up and don't you bully people. You leave people alone because you never know what people are going through, and you never know what people will do to defend themselves. That's how I will advise them to keep their life. But because the Metcalf twins was on some bully-ish, they paid for it. Well, one of them paid for it. The other one gonna pay for it for having to see what he saw. Should have just left him alone, and it would have been that simple.
Okay. So what if the roles were reversed? Would you feel the same type of way? What if these?
Exactly. And I'm glad you asked that. I would feel the exact same way. If Karmelo would have walked up to Austin and Austin wasn't bothering nobody, and Austin did what Karmelo did, I would feel the exact same way.
I call cap. I call cap, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because every single example that you gave me was a white person killing a black person. Every example that you gave me was a white person killing a black person. You never gave me an example of a black person killing another black person or a black person killing a white person. What you did was you reached out to all of these other situations to try to draw them together, and every one that you mentioned was a white person that was doing the killing.
I can give you one because I really can't think of too
I know
many.
you can now, but you didn't before. And I'm just saying that by you pointing those examples out at first, those was top of mind. Those were in your heart already. This is how you feel.
Because those are the
this
ones
is who
that
you are.
Honestly, because those are the ones that lined up most with what's going on with this case.
Neither one of them lined up most. Neither one of them was at a high school event or at an elementary school event or at a place where they should be protected by other people. Neither one of them was.
The Daniel Penny was. Daniel Penny just had to, all he had to do was just.
What would you have done if you was in that train station at that moment?
What was that?
What would you have done if you was in the train station at that moment? You would have minded your business, right?
I would just let the dude talk because all he's doing is talking. Let him bump.
Have you ever been in a position where somebody was stabbed in front of you on a train or on a bus?
No.
What about somebody robbed at gunpoint on a train or on a bus?
No.
Okay, so only reason why I ask that, and this the only reason why I asked that, brother, and I understand where you're coming from. I'm just going to let you know that too. I get it because there's a bunch of other people out there who think exactly like you, and there's a bunch of people that think like me too. So that's the reason too, where I want to just dial it down just a little bit, just to let you know that I completely understand where you're coming from. I get it. I get it. But there are some people who have seen some nasty things, and instead of sitting by, they get involved and they make sure that this doesn't happen on my watch. Those people, in the eyes of other people who are around them, who feel like, wow, bro, I appreciate you. Some people feel appreciative of that, of someone stepping in and helping them out. Some people feel like, wait a minute, they was just talking. What are you doing? They were just talking. The thing that turns it away from the just talking is when you look at somebody's rap sheet, when you look at somebody's history in that community, when you start to understand exactly who am I dealing with here. I'm dealing with somebody who has already hit somebody in the back. This dude put an old lady in the hospital. He put an old lady in the hospital. He was one of the people in New York who was just attacking old ladies for no reason.
Yeah, but
the same person. This is that person. Daniel Penny didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He didn't know, but I'm just saying he didn't know that at the time. But this was the character of the person that he did that to. This person had the potential to do that to someone else inside of that train station. It wasn't just talk simply because he was just talking. We're on the outside looking in. I'm not even saying that Daniel Penny did what I would have done. I probably would have minded my business too, unless I saw him touch a lady or unless I seen him approach a kid. I would have minded my business until I seen somebody who needed saving, until somebody needed my my help. I wouldn't have stepped in. That's just me. But Daniel Penny is a different person. But back to the Karmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf thing, I can't think of a scenario that will lead me to go in your bag, get that knife, get him up off of you.
But just like you said, you don't know what people seen. We don't know what Karmelo's seen. We don't know what Karmelo's been through, man. They say he got into a scuffle just in February. No telling how that might have affected him. Maybe he never carried around a knife until he got in that scuffle, and he's like, I'm never gonna let this happen to me ever again. We don't know. Maybe he's seen some things in wherever he's from. And just because it's the suburbs, we can't doubt that. We can't be like, nah, man, he's from the good neighborhood, done nothing bad happen. We don't know what that dude been through. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he just said, nah, this ain't gonna never happen to me ever again. And when Austin walked over to him, maybe he don't want to fight no more. Maybe like, I'm not fighting no more, but I can't fight. That ain't for me. I get beat up I'm not fighting no more. But if somebody put their hands on me, I'm gonna get them up off me.
You seem to understand the victim very well. You're giving him a whole bunch of scenarios that support him stabbing and killing that other guy. You're putting him in a position to be a major victim?
Yeah,
What if he got beat up? No, this is you, bro. You're like, what if he got beat up? We don't know what he went through. What if he said that anybody, this ain't ever going to happen to me again, no matter where it is? What if he said that I'm never going through this again? What if he had a rough life? What if he was bullied? What if he was this? What if he was that? You are dialed into him being a victim, man. He was no victim. He was another kid that had a knife in his backpack for emergencies.
But that's because you said we don't know what Daniel Penny saw. We don't know what he's been through.
No,
so
I wasn't talking about Daniel Penny. I was talking about the people on the train, bro.
Karmelo's been through.
No, I was talking about the people on the train based off of the gentleman that was based off of the gentleman that was standing up threatening people's lives on the train. It was people on the train that was listening to this guy. I wasn't even trying to compare him. You brought him up. I was just mentioning the actual information that I gathered when I covered the story. That's it. I know what happened because I covered that story. You probably covered it too because you said you're a content creator.
Yeah, but I don't get this deep on my channel. I just try to keep it lighthearted, talk about wrestling and stuff like that. I let y'all deal with this, man, because this stuff comes with a lot of backlash. And
it does. But I'm gonna ask you this: if you could at least try to be more objective.
No, I am. But the thing is,
it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like you are heavily on the victim side, bro.
If it was reversed,
you let them ride with everything.
The exact same way. If it was reversed.
I'm sorry, say it again.
If it was reversed, I would feel the exact same way.
Okay, give me one situation where a black kid killed a white kid or a black man killed a white man that you are heavily on the side of the white man.
Yeah, I can't think of one.
Of course you can't, because that's not the community that you're a part of, bro. That's not the hive mind that you're in. You don't even know it.
Okay, you give me an example.
You don't even know it. You don't even know it, but you're being trained to support the victim for some strange reason. And the victim is dead here. The victim is not the one that just received $500,000 in their account. That's not the victim. The victim is not here to say their side of the story. That's the victim. But you're going by everybody. You keep on saying, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. But then you sit there and you tell me everything that happened on the Metcalf side. They were bullies. They were this. They were that. They was bullying this man. They was trying to get him to leave. They was aggressive. They was this. So for somebody who don't know what happened, you seem to know a whole hell of a lot of what happened to the person that was on the other side.
Because that's what they did.
Well, there are witnesses that said that there was no scuffle. There are witnesses that said that they were both standing in each other's faces at the same time before he went into the bag. When he said, "Don't touch me," they were standing.
That said they threw his bag and they broke his phone and they put. There's a lot of people saying a lot of stuff.
Exactly, but guess what? You're not caring about that. You only care about the stuff that support your side. And you want to take up for people. Why y'all picking on Karmelo? Why you picking on his wife? His mother. Why you picking on this person? Ain't nobody picking on anybody. We just calling out what's written, what's reported. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just calling what's written. What's written? Like what's written that you can. What's written that shows that this dude life was in jeopardy and he had to go in that bag to take up for himself at a track meet.
They say he pushed the dude.
They? Who is they?
The police report say it.
They say that he got pushed. A push equals a stab. Is that what you're saying?
Keep your hands to yourself, man. And
you said you got sons and daughters?
I don't have no daughters.
Just sons?
I got a son.
Okay. Congratulations on being a father, brother, especially a father to a young prince that you're raising up to be a king. I pray that you guys continue to put God and family before anything. And I want to say to you, I appreciate you pulling up and giving me your point of view. Also, I want to say this to you, King Mike. Thank you for being a part of the LFR family, man. For real. Because although you're listening to me say things that get on your nerves, or say things that might be against what you believe, you still pull up and join in on the conversation. And I appreciate that. But I do want to correct one thing. People who take the opposite position of the majority Black opinion are not sellouts, man. I will be a sellout. I will be a sellout if I supported culture that destroyed our communities. But
that's what I'm saying when I say it may not be directed directly at you, but there are a lot of people who every time a Black person, there's a lot of people on this internet. I'm not saying no names, but there's a lot of people on this internet who just bash and bash and bash and bash and bash the Black community every single chance they get. They never have anything positive to say, never have and they claim that they're doing it for the betterment of the Black community. But when you really sit back and you really keep listening to these people, it sounds like nothing but Black hatred. Just Black hatred. And I don't understand how certain Black people can just hate on their own race. No, we're not perfect. We're nowhere near perfect. You know what I'm saying? We do a lot of screwed up things in this community, bro. But we also do a lot of good things. And when you have a role model person like Karmelo Anthony, straight A student, never been in trouble, captain of 2 teams, hold down 2 jobs, come from a 2-parent household, and this is everything they say Black people should be. He's everything they say Black people should be. But the second he does something that was a foolish mistake, you know what I'm saying? These people can't wait for the chance to pounce on him. Oh, they say he's a thug, he's a hooligan, he's this, he's that, and blah, 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 blah. No, he's just a dude who made a mistake, okay? If you want me to classify it as anything, it was a mistake, okay? But in the same breath, we don't know what he's been through. We don't know what he's seen, and we don't know what measures he's willing to take not to be harmed. That's my issue, and you might have just caught the brunt end of it, man. But because I've been seeing this a lot on the internet, a lot of Black people just who constantly say bad things about the Black community, never have anything good to say, just bad things, everything what we should be. And then when a person comes along that's everything that these people say we should be, they still bash them. So how do we win? How do we win when you got a this person who you say is everything the Black community should be, and you still bash them? Because like I said, I could see if he was acting a fool, okay, but he wasn't.
What are they bashing him saying that's not true?
He's not a thug. He's not a hooligan.
He stabbed a nigga at school. He's a thug. He stabbed somebody to death.
That's not a thug. He's a hooligan. Man. You from the block, man. You know damn well that ain't what a thug is.
No. It's okay. See, we play too much on these words. I'm not big on word games. I'm really not, man. Like I told you before,
that's not a thug.
Let me tell you. Okay, we can talk about what's a thug or not, but I don't know anybody that stabs somebody to death at a school is a thug, is a bitch, is a hooligan. I don't care what their resume is.
I'll tell you what because guess what?
Because guess what?
Because guess what? Houses and I used to hit people with bricks.
Because guess what? Because guess what? If that was my son, I would feel the same way. And I'm talking about on either side. If my son was being killed by somebody, I will feel the same way about the aggressor. If my son was the one that killed somebody, I will feel the same way about him because he know that you can do the same things with your hands. And if you gotta get your ass whooped, then get it whooped. But if you gotta stab somebody at school, then you are a bitch and a thug and whatever else people want to call you. And plus, you gave me his whole entire resume of how he's this 4.0 student. He's captain of this and he's all this other stuff. Give me the resume of Austin Metcalf. You can't because you are on the side.
You are on the side. Look, I can say he's a captain of a football team. I can say he's a twin.
What was his GPA?
He came from a broken home. I could say that.
What was his GPA?
What I can say is a bunch of
what was his GPA?
Put it out there.
What was his GPA?
It's either a 3.7 or a 4.0.
Yeah. So at the same time, all I'm saying to anybody is, and I'm sure you're trying to say the same thing to the Black community, especially Black content creators that seem like we are on Black community all the time. I want you to understand this, brother, and you already know this. I don't know what your occupation is, but I'm certain you can speak on it more than somebody who has never been in that occupation. If you are in the Black community, you are the person that can speak on the Black community more than anybody. You don't know as much about Austin Metcalf that you do about Karmelo because you are more tuned in to the Black community.
Because
you're more locked in
keeping
on
a lot
that
of stuff
side.
about Austin under wraps. They're not saying a lot of stuff about Austin, and I assume they're not saying a lot of stuff about Austin because when it comes out, it's going to be a lot of derogatory things about Austin. That's what I assume. I believe that a lot of people are going to come out and they're going to speak negative on Austin. Right now, they're trying to, and honestly, I think it's the media doing all of this. It's the media trying to start a race war because
it's Black people and white people.
but Black people
No, it's Black people and it's white people that are starting this race war, and the media are reporting it because they're doing their jobs. I would report it too.
I believe they're fueling it because, as we found out during this election, the media is ran by the Democrats, and this is what I truly believe it all boils down to, man. I believe they're doing this to get Black people back on their side. They want a lot of Black people to be like, look what's going on with these MAGAs and these conservatives and all this stuff. And don't get it twisted, I'm a Black conservative too. But the thing is, I think they're trying to paint the picture because they see this as their way back in. Because it's crazy what the media is doing, bro.
The media all work for billionaires.
We found it out.
They work for their job is to transfer a narrative to the people in the form of propaganda so that we can all think the same, move the same, vote the same, spend the same, have the same. They want the buying power to move in their favor. So it's always going to be a little unbalanced. That's the alignment is never going to be flat and straight and smooth. It's not. It's no way it's going to be that way. But brother, oh my God, just like you don't want me to be pooping on Black people all the time and talking about Black culture in the wrong light and point out some positive stuff, bro. Point out this. How about you mention that? These things make us look good. This thing make me look good. Something that I learned, brother, is, and when I say I put God and family before anything, I mean that. And what I mean is I will put God and family before something, and I would cape for that. But I'm not caping for the whole Black community anymore.
I mean, you can't, because there are some people out here that are horrible, flat out horrible. But that's not all of us. And then when you have a perfect example like Karmelo, how is he still a thug?
He's not a perfect example.
What's wrong with him?
He's not a perfect example.
What's wrong with him?
He stabbed somebody to death. That's when your example becomes a dead example. You're done. You're out of the running. You're done.
Somebody who stabbed somebody to death is what that other boy did. I believe it was in San Antonio. He stabbed him 4 times, tried to kill him.
Bruh, you're taking me somewhere else, and I'm still on Karmelo. Like Karmelo,
no, I'm trying to tell you because Karmelo just poked the dude one time to get him up off him. He wasn't trying to kill him.
He just poked the dude to get him up off him. Come on now. Come on. He just poked the dude to get him up off him. So you mean to tell me that this 4.0 student didn't know that if I poke somebody, that the likelihood of me being expelled is higher? If I poke somebody, the likelihood of me being arrested is higher. If I poke somebody, he just thought that by poking somebody, that I will be fine. I'm gonna be back on the track team. They will be fine too. They're gonna live. We're gonna be fine. Everything's gonna go back to being fine. Please make that make sense, bro.
I don't think really when you're in the heat of the moment, you don't take none of that into consideration. I believe he knew that, but I don't think he was really thinking about that. I think he was just like, hey man, I ain't finna let these dudes harm me. You ain't gonna harm me, man. Put your hands on me again, see what happens. And Austin was like, okay, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
And after round and found it.
And guess what? They both got what they deserved. One of them they both didn't get what they deserve, actually. But one of them got killed. One of them got arrested. Nobody was saying anything, but this is effed up. I can't believe that he did this. He got $1 million bond. They was like, yeah, that's enough. Somebody's life is gone. $1 million, that's good. We're cool with that. Then you guys say that, and I'm saying you guys because you probably did you donate toward the GoFundMe?
No, I ain't.
You're a part of that 500,000.
That ain't really my issue like that. I ain't
but it is though, bro, because you're preaching for it. You're taking up for it. You're saying that this dude was an upstanding citizen that accidentally did something wrong and messed up his life. No, he didn't accidentally do it. Bro, I carry a knife with me all day. Every single day I carry a knife with me. You got to pull the bad boy out. You got to pop it. You got to hold it. And you got to make sure that you can stroke it. He did all of those things.
Why do you carry that knife?
Hell if I know. But guess what? He should be
That's
arrested.
that's probably what Karmelo was thinking. Hell if I know.
Here's the thing. He should be arrested and dealt with like anybody else that pulls a knife on somebody and kill them. Period. YNs, they say that they have a reason for shooting a nigga across the street or around the corner for threatening to shoot them first. Are they wrong? No, they're not wrong. But are they right? Hell no, they're not right. It's the middle of this. It's one of those situations that you're damn if you do, damn if you don't. But for a tax-paying, law-abiding citizen to stand behind them and say, well, he shouldn't have put his hands on him. I don't know what to say. He shouldn't put his hands on him. Bro,
should have just left.
At some point, we got to be leaders and understand that we would never say this to our children. We would never say that, well, he shouldn't have put his hands on you, son. I'm going to come see you. I'm going to come see you on this other side of the glass. You know, do your thing, but, you know, hold it down. Make sure you're working out and eating right. Make sure you're reading inside the joint. Join the Muslims because they'll help protect you while you're in there. But you did a damn good job, son. You should have killed him. He shouldn't have put his hands on you. Is that what you're going to say to your son if he was in the same situation at 17?
That's the way all of our parents taught us. They could say
nah,
whatever
they didn't. Nah, bro.
Put their hands on you.
I'm talking about you specifically. You specifically. You're not going to tell your son to stab nobody at 17 years old. You're not. You're not, bro. You're not. I don't hear that from you.
I ain't gonna say just go out there and just off somebody. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, you do what you gotta do to keep them people up off you, man.
Hey, well, hey, then I hope that he do what he gotta do to keep people up off of, man. Mike, thank you so much for pulling up, big dog, and I appreciate you, man.
It's all respect, brother. You know what I'm saying? Good show, man. Good work.
Likewise, my brother. You take it easy. Diesal Water, what's going on, brother?
No, it's good though. You hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. What's up, my brother?
Oh, good day. Shit, man. I'm here to my apologies. I'm here to support you. Actually, I obviously am white, so I don't know if I have a voice that people want to hear at this point on this topic. So that figured I'd get that out of the way real quick. But in my opinion, it's the law of attraction. You put out what you get. So for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. The stabber in this situation, the brother, he got pushed. Did he have the right to kill somebody? No. Did he have the right to defend himself? Yes. But for every action that you make, you're going to get the reaction, which is jail. It's like a drunk driver killing somebody in an accident. They're going to go to jail. He made a decision to kill somebody, so he gets what he gets.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for pulling up. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. And thank you for being an objective thinker. Thank you for being fair. Thank you for being fair. It sounds to me like you just being fair. You're like, look, he had a right to defend himself, but since he's defending himself that way, he also has a right to get his ass locked up because somebody lost their son. Something that you didn't do. You didn't say anything about color, about race. That doesn't matter to you?
As somebody that has been, I don't want to say discriminated against, but my personal experience, I'm white. I have been locked in the mid. No shit, bro. But no, like the last few days, I got put in the psych ward, and I had 7 people tackle me and put me into a hold so that they could shoot me with an injection. I was not allowed to defend myself because it's a felony to defend yourself in a hospital. So let me ask you this: am I the victim there, or since they were doing it for my own health, which was a facade and a bunch of bull? Am I allowed to defend myself in that situation?
Well, honestly, only you would know that because I don't know what your medical history is. I don't know what caused them to want to jump on your back. I don't know if you was running around saying, kill all the babies. Black people stink. I don't know what you were doing, but I will say this. I mean, because you sound level-headed. You seem level-headed. But like I was saying to to King Mike, the gentleman that was unalived, and I don't like when anybody has to be killed in order to be prevented from doing anything. That's just ridiculous, man. Like it has to be another way for us to figure these things out. But the gentleman that was on the train that was threatening to kill people and was talking all that stuff, nobody knew what was in his heart. Nobody knew if he would move forward and do those things at all. He knew, but from what I understand, he was in and out of facilities as well. He was also living on the streets. And not saying that you live on the streets, but people saying that medically or mentally, he was off. He was off mentally. So when it comes to you and your situation, sir, I don't know you. I don't know if you are crazy as a dingbat. Not sure. But what I will say is, I think you know when to defend yourself. I think you know how to defend yourself. And I also think you know that in that situation, those people probably had a reason for wanting to put you in whatever facility that they were putting you in. Right, wrong, or indifferent, whether you agree with them or not, you sound like somebody that's able to, you sound like a thinking person. So I'm thinking that you already know the answer to that.
I knew what I was doing getting into it. And that's where it comes into, like, and this goes out to all the street people, you know, right? Real, recognize real. If you look at somebody and you see that you see yourself in them and you're a G, then you know what they're capable of. You're not going to walk up to a blue collared worker and be like, oh shit, he looks like a thug. You know, if you are a thug, you know a thug and you know what they're capable of. And I'm not saying anybody was a thug in this situation. I'm to the train incident. If the gentleman that killed the other gentleman saw the danger from experience, not from ooh, this is what people say about him, because you don't get that in that scenario. He understood the risk that was involved and he took the action anyway to protect people, and he knew damn well what was going to happen to him. The problem with this incident with the stabbing is he knew that he was going to kill somebody when it happened. He just wasn't willing to accept the consequences that comes with your action. That's the difference.
Makes sense to me. Well,
That's
thank you
what's
so
up.
much. Hey, Diesel Water, what's your name, brother? I mean, you ain't, what do your friends call you?
I'm Daniel.
Daniel. Hey, Daniel,
Yes,
nice
sir.
meeting you, brother. I don't know how long you've been following the channel and everything, but I do appreciate you pulling up, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, my brother. You take it easy. All right, so guys, we are about to get ready for our group, man. We're about to get ready for our group. We got a group call coming in for all of the YouTubers, future YouTubers that's going to be taking over. B, I see you. I'm gonna let you speak since you're up. But then we're about to go to the group. Go ahead,
Are
young
you
lady.
sure? Because your listeners might not want to hear it.
You said my listeners might not want to hear it.
Uh-huh.
Is this a real is this a real thought you have, or is this
Yes.
just to say is this just to play devil's advocate?
It's real.
Okay, then let us hear it.
Because in the
Let us hear it.
spirit of America, of our country, you're innocent until proven guilty. And that includes not attributing their intent. Because you can't read their mind and you don't have all the evidence in front of you. And the first young man was right about the media pushing this, because it's very reminiscent of Kyle Rittenhouse and how they got everyone worked up, right? Also reminiscent of the 50s and how, you know, everyone would pull out their pitchforks and torches and go after that black boy that killed that white boy, right?
Uh-huh.
it shouldn't be about a race thing, but this is exactly what they want, and we know that. And I'm feeling like all of our side has now suddenly been hit by a Men in Black wand, you know. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I think everyone needs to chill and stop fighting and stop talking about the race stuff and going back and forth on this and like going after this kid so hard as if they know exactly what his intent was, because we don't. He has a right to a fair trial and not mob rule.
Okay, so question to you, because you said that the media pushes this, and I believe that the media do push, but they push for certain organizations that would benefit, in my opinion. But my question to you is, what did the media do to make this worse?
They put it on blast. Do you think that if it was two black kids, if he had stabbed another black kid, that we would all be on here talking about it, that the news would be playing it? They don't give a shit.
No,
Sorry.
that's social media that was growing this. It's social media. It's the black, all the people that want to see Karmelo Anthony free. All the people who want to see Karmelo Anthony protected and see that he has counsel so that he can get off on this are the ones that push it. Social
But that's
media
a
was doing
different
a lot.
side. And you know me, you know I'm mixed black and white, and you know that I'm not some BLM fool, right? I'm bringing a balanced perspective that's based in our American tradition
Okay.
and our rights.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, but I'm still
just
waiting for
imagine
the
for a moment-
media. Like you're saying that the media is pushing this. I'm saying that we are the ones pushing it through social media. And that's what's
Mhm.
happening.
Yeah,
But
just
you're
like
saying that the media is
just
pushing.
like an angry mob.
Where's who's the angry mob? Is it the Austin Metcalf side, or
Everyone
is it the
that's, you know,
Karmelo
calling
Anthony side?
fair trial, not mob rule.
Oh, okay, I hear you on that, but
I
who
want you to
is-
like, I want everyone to just imagine for a minute. Like, I don't know what it's like to be the small boy around other bigger steroid looking young men and feel threatened and like you can't defend yourself. But just imagine your kid is going to school. He's getting bullied by either other kids at school or the drug dealers on the way home. And whatever reason, there's been fear instilled in him where he felt like he needed to carry something. Then
Okay.
imagine he's going to
Okay.
the track meet. Maybe he doesn't want to go to his side because those kids that were bullying him were on that other side. Either way, the argument of it wasn't his tent is really odd to me, because I would normally expect for people to have just a common courtesy and, you know, let
So-
someone dip out of the rain.
Okay,
for a
time
moment,
out, time out. So here's the thing. You're doing the same thing that King Mike was doing. You're giving me all of the many reasons why maybe he's over here because he was being bullied over there.
That's because no one
Maybe-
else is
Hold on,
doing
hold
this.
on, hold on,
Like,
hold on, hold on,
I'm
hold on,
just
hold
trying
on,
to give
hold
a
on,
balanced.
hold on, B, hold on, B, hold on, B. So that right there is weak to me, to try to bring up all these different narratives as to why he's a victim and he should have had the knife and he should have stabbed him, because maybe he was stabbed before. Maybe he was threatened to be stabbed. Maybe he was bullied over there. Maybe he's being bullied over here. Maybe he's bullied everywhere. As a black kid, maybe he just can't walk through life without being bullied. So that right there is a victimhood way of thinking.
No, you're attributing intent. You're doing the same thing.
I'm doing what? What am I doing?
Attributing intent. You're acting like you know exactly what his intent was.
No,
You're saying,
I'm not saying that his intent was to
you're
kill
getting on
him.
me for
I'm
saying
saying that
maybe he
as a
had
young
another
black
reason
man,
for carrying the knife other
I'm-
than just being malicious and looking to stab someone.
I'm saying that I didn't say that he came to stab anyone. I didn't say that. I'm saying that as a young black man, he need to know how to handle himself without a knife at school.
That would be
As
great
a young
too,
black
but
man,
that's
and I
not what
believe that I can
happened.
speak to this because I'm a black man myself. I was young. I was once a young black man, and I also raised young black men to be men, and I taught them the exact same thing. Also helped raise my nephews to be men, and I taught them the exact same thing. So when
And
I
they're
look
all
at
very
another
lucky
black
to have
man,
had
when
you
I
for that.
when
And
I-
not everyone has that.
when I look at another young black man, I'm holding him to the same account as I would any other young man. I can't say young white man because I never raised a young white man before. So I'm only saying when I say black man, that's all I'm saying is based off of my own experiences. But one thing I never do for anybody is say, well, you was a victim. Well, you was bullied. Well, you should have done that. Well, no, never, ever. And I'm not about to do it now for a guy that I don't even know. But what I do see is that he has a whole mob of people behind him saying that he is the victim. They shouldn't have came over there. We need to raise millions of dollars so that he's protected, because we know how white America do black men whenever they're in this situation.
I don't agree with either.
Victimhood.
I don't agree with either of those perspectives. All I'm saying is fair trial, and don't attribute his intent that you don't know. You can't read his mind. That's all I'm saying is to be balanced and fair, and to not like incite riots.
Here's what I'm talking about. I never said that he should get more time. I never said that he should get less time.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
Oh, but
so all I'm saying is
this ain't the. But here's the thing. People on the conservative side, or people who support the Metcalf side the most, they want to see justice served. People who support Karmelo Anthony's side the most, they want to see him be freed, because they believe that by self-defense rules based off of certain things that have happened throughout American culture, American history, that he falls under that guise too. Also, Judge Joe Brown put out a statement, said, based off of other events, if you want to look at it just strictly by the book, this was actually self-defense. So Judge Joe Brown says that as well. So I'm not arguing that. I do realize that sometimes we get a little loud and we get a little disrespectful and all those things. But being that I'm talking about this whole thing, I'm just strictly speaking on he stabbed someone, they're gone, he should be dealt with. That's it. That's my purpose. I don't know what his intent was. I don't know if he bought the knife intending to stab somebody. I don't know. And I don't care what his intent was. I do care about the actions, because actions mean more than anything to me. And he stabbed somebody. That kid is done. He's gone. He's gone. He's not coming back. He can't tell his side of the story. His brother can, but he can't. But we're listening to everybody else's side of the story. If you listen to King Mike, he would say, they said this and they said that, and people are saying this. All we're talking about is rumors. We're talking about rumors, speculation. We're talking about hearsay, and all these things will be covered in the court. But this is not the court. I'm just simply talking about it from surface level. And surface level, I see that they raised almost $500,000. I'm seeing that they have a criminal leading their whole event, acting like he's righteous and he need to put out people that shouldn't be here, that don't belong here. One of those people being Austin Metcalf's dad, Jeff. And that guy was leading with God's love, talking about, man, I just pray that the family is okay. I know that the young man didn't mean to do it, so I forgive him. This is the spirit of the father who is an actual victim, but we're looking at the guy that,
and that's for a reason. It's
being
because he wants all of you to have that spirit too. He wants all of us to have that spirit too, and not be in here arguing like this. That's the whole reason he did that.
Nobody's arguing. I'm not arguing with anybody. I'm talking
everyone
about
is just like angry in the chat, and this is just fueling the fire, and I just don't like it.
Oh, well, I'm sorry you don't like it, but these things, I don't like that somebody died at a track meet.
None of us do.
I don't like
that when accidents happen, and we don't know that this wasn't no accident.
That wasn't an accident.
We don't know that he was.
That was not an
accident.
That was not an accident. Taking out a knife and swinging it to somebody is not an accident. I'm planning on cutting you. I'm not planning on killing you, but I'm planning on cutting you. I don't care
because he was smaller and was trying to defend himself.
Event. I'm sorry?
Because he was smaller and maybe trying to defend himself.
Nah, damn
Which
that.
he had the right
You're
to
protecting the victim again. I'm not trying to take this to court.
I'm not here to shout, let him out. I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Then what are you shouting?
Let him out. And I'm not here to say, give him life. I'm here to say, give him his fair trial. And then what happens happens. But let's stop with the mob, the angry mob, and put away the pitchforks is all I'm saying.
There's no pitchforks.
And then it's really weird.
Hold on. Here's the thing. You know that what the pitchforks are? The pitchforks the pitchforks is the $500,000 that were raised for a killer. That's the pitchforks.
It's insane that you're going to be angry about him having to raise legal funds because, you know, how many of us would be able to afford the lawyers? You have to raise money for legal funds.
The reason
what his parents are doing with that's a whole nother story and has nothing to do with him. And I don't know anything about that, but it has nothing to do with this.
The reason why is because I've sung at many funerals before. I've spoken at many funerals before, and I know for a fact that it's difficult. And a lot of times these families aren't even raising money for their own children in the Black community. So when I see this happen, it's completely against what we represent. We're just doing it to grandstand and to be political and to be racial people. That's it. We are the ones that separating ourselves by doing this thing. It's not simply raising money to take care of his legal fees. They are making a stance on the Black side or a stance on the white side. And that's it. And
do you have any idea what
silly to me?
Do you have any idea what a criminal case legal fees add up to?
I don't care. This is the thing.
I'm just saying they don't have it.
Well, hold on. This is the thing.
Right?
I don't care. And the reason why I don't care is because this don't happen unless it becomes politicized, unless it becomes Ben Crump just pop up out of nowhere, unless Al Sharpton pops up out of nowhere, Maxine Waters. Jasmine. So it's like when
because this
we
is
have
what they
the
want.
Opportunity to take the race way, that's what we do. And these are the people with the biggest voices, the biggest soapboxes. And this is what we're seeing happen all throughout social media. So when people are saying, wait a minute, even if that was self-defense, why is it that these people feel like they have to, rappers are donating $200,000 to Karmelo Anthony? Why is that the case? When has this ever happened to anybody else that you can remember?
All I'm saying is I'm trying to calm the angry mob. And in the spirit of America, our nation, that we don't shout about their guilt and punishment before they've gone through trial and we've actually listened to all sides. That's it.
Y'all hear that, right? So y'all need to shut the hell up and let the courts do what the courts do.
And don't fall for the liberal brainwashing and division, because it's just so much division. And I know that that's exactly what they want. It's what Soros wants. That's why he does this kind of stuff.
It's a whole.
They want the division. I'm just saying, please don't fall into it, and don't incite the angry mobs to riot.
Don't fall into the division, guys, and don't incite angry mobs. He brought a knife to school to protect himself. He thought that his life was in jeopardy, so he protected himself. And it's that simple. He said that he was sorry. He admitted to it. Somebody lost their son. We should just leave it alone.
Also, there's a reason we have juvenile courts and they're tried differently, because coming from psychology and child development background, these boys, they start acting grown because they start looking grown, but their brains are not fully developed. And that's why they're not allowed to do other stuff, right? They're not allowed yet to get a tattoo and to drink and stuff because their brains are not fully developed and they can't make good decisions sometimes.
I agree. I mean, we get to 30 years old. I've made some decisions in my 40s that I regret.
Right?
I'm
and
so
kids
serious.
do really dumb things.
Yeah, I mean, so I understand.
So I just don't want people to attribute his intent where they can't read his mind, right? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know that he wasn't just scared in the corner because he was already trying to hide from someone and just ducking out of the rain. Like, it's so weird, this argument of not his tent. You guys are really territorial, like some cut your head off Indians, right? Like, it's crazy.
Well, it actually
I would expect common courtesy when it's pouring down rain and someone dips under the tent. You know, just let them sit there quietly. You don't go and say, "You're in the wrong tent. What are you doing here?"
Get out of my tent, boy.
Right.
Go.
What the hell?
So you have more disdain for somebody telling him to get out the tent than you have for him stabbing somebody.
No,
That's
I'm
weird.
saying
No, that's kind of weird.
It's
That's
weird
kinda
that
weird.
that's everyone's argument
But
because it's very territorial and
But
just
here's
odd.
the thing. You
But
have
it
more of an
also
issue
just
with him
shows-
being removed from a tent than him stabbing somebody. That's weird.
It's weird that the fight would be started for that, and that
No
it
fight
makes
happened
sense that he would be
because he was
triggered.
scared
That
to
fear would be
fight.
triggered if these bigger twins are coming at him, and he's already in this fear state of mind.
These
I'm not here.
colossal
I'm not here to say let him
twins
out.
are standing in front
I'm
of me,
not
and
here-
I'm so afraid for my life that I'm about to stab somebody. Nah, man, that's victimhood.
No, it's most likely
victimhood.
pulling the knife out to try and scare him off.
It's
I mean, we've all
victimhood.
seen those kind of scenes where you're just trying to scare them off, and then they scuffle and unintentionally.
Trying to scare somebody off is swiping at them like this. Trying to stab somebody is going like that.
He
That's
could have
trying
just
to.
been holding it, and the other
That's the
kid just
difference.
moved forward at him. We don't know. Has anyone seen the videos? Do we have a video
Holy
to look
crap!
at?
Come on, for real. So you have all of this energy for him being asked to move from a tent because it was raining, but you want to just back him on every single detail.
No,
Did
I'm just
Austin Metcalf fall into the
possible
knife?
scenarios.
Did Austin Metcalf get pushed into the
possible.
knife? What happened wrong? Did he slip in the rain and fall on the knife? None of that happened.
How do you know, though?
You want to protect.
How do you know until the
See,
evidence
you dialed
is
into your
brought
black
before
side. You dialed into your black side, and you said, "On this issue, I'm taking the black side." You are doing that.
Damn. See, I always get kicked out of both sides. Damn it.
Nah, but you're not being kicked out of both sides, though. You are making the decision to back the black side.
No,
and you're not, and you have
I'm making
blinders
a
on
decision
from the
to
other
stand
side.
on my American values and our rights.
Nah, it's American values and rights. The kids have a right to have their own tent. The kids have a right to tell somebody to move.
I was about to use a word, but I don't want to upset your other mod.
The kids have a right. But I'm just saying, they're kids. They're going to fuss about territorial stupid stuff like this is our tent, move. They're going to fuss about stuff like that.
So that's the
But
consequences that the
are
last
taking
caller
up
was
for
just
them.
talking about.
I'm sorry?
That's the consequences that the last caller was just talking about.
The consequences is to be killed?
Dude. Why did they go
you
up
have
to him?
all of that energy for not being territorial and not telling him to move from a tent. But when it comes to somebody losing their life, you say, well, that's the consequences. You shouldn't have touched him. You shouldn't have told him to move. You should
No,
have
I'm
backed away
saying
when he
both
said back
sides.
away.
Both sides are
That's
facing
on
the
you.
consequences. But why did that have to happen anyway? I'm
B,
still saying just don't
B,
attribute intent where you don't know.
I want to let you know something right now because I get myself caught up in that. This was me when the whole what's the name of the guy that was following the kid he said he stole something from the store and he wasn't a police, he wasn't a neighborhood security, he wasn't nothing, but he followed them and then he killed them. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Dang it, I got to think about it. But that story gets brought up a lot too.
They want us angry just like they did when they used Kyle Rittenhouse and put off different scenarios. They told us that Kyle Rittenhouse killed BLM supporters, so we would think he killed some black people and be angry. And it's the same thing right now.
Nobody told us anything that we're not angry about what somebody told us. Ain't nobody angry about what people are telling them. Zimmerman.
You're angry about
Trayvon Martin and Zimmerman. That's the one I was talking about. Nobody's
angry
mad
about the
what
story
people
that's
are
been
telling
told
them.
to you.
People are mad
The
what they're
narrative.
seeing for their own eyes. They're seeing
Either
it
way.
with their own eyes.
Either way, it's the narrative that you have been fed.
But then you go do your due diligence and then you make
have-
up your mind.
You're not in the court. You don't have the evidence in front of you. You don't have his side. You don't have any of that.
Nobody's deciding anything right away. We're looking at the evidence that we have. The
I'm
information that
saying
we
it's
have.
been decided in the minds of a lot of people in the chat there that I've seen.
See, so that's your problem. You have an issue with the people in the chat because they are going against your black side today. That's what that is.
Oh my God. No, I'm mad because they're going against the
No.
American side. I'm all American, and this is about our rights.
B, you know how I feel about you. You're one of my favorite people on the internet, but you know you're taking your black side today, and that's just is what it is.
No,
and you don't want to admit to it.
It's my American stance.
American.
I'm not shouting to let him out. That would be the black
American
side.
stance.
That would be the BLM side. I'm not shouting let him out and raise more money and any of that. All I'm saying is trial before judgment.
Nah, all you're saying is stop complaining about the white guy being killed because we don't know what the black guy was going through.
Y'all
That's
are
what
just
you're
sick,
saying.
dude.
That's what you're saying. You're playing your black side today, and I completely get it. I get it. I don't agree, but I get it. B, sometimes I get into that too. I promise you. Like sometimes I get pulled into that, and I believe you're pulled into the black side. You're like,
I believe y'all all got the men in black wand like the liberal side did, and everybody's falling for it.
Did you hear what you said? You said, do you know how much money it costs to litigate? This money is going to be worth something. I mean, it's going to be they're going to do something with this money. We need this money for our side. You are on the black side of things, and you don't want anybody to say anything negative about it.
Bro, would you not want your son to have a fair trial and good attorney and not the public defender?
Honestly, yes, I would.
Of course.
I would. But I will also hold him accountable if he did something stupid.
And pushed a kid,
I will also hold him accountable if he did something stupid.
Okay, but listen, just think.
You got to ask me the whole thing.
Consider
the whole
this.
thing.
If your son got into a fight and, because someone came up to him and he pushed him, and the guy unintentionally falls, hits his head, and dies. Like, dumb stuff like that has happened. It was not an intentional death. It was just.
Be specific to this situation. If you push somebody and they fall and hit the head on the rock, no. Be specific to this. If he stabbed
I was specific to it, and then you had a problem with it
at school and they died.
You had a problem when I was
on your black side right now. It's okay. It's all right.
Okay,
I see you though.
Yeah. Okay.
You're being black today.
Okay. I see you too.
You woke up on the black side of the bed.
Yeah, you just make sure you agree with the majority of your chat, Sue.
What are they saying that I should disagree with? Give me one thing. Give me one thing that the chat is saying that I should disagree with.
I think that we should not be an angry mob.
No, Give me one thing. You said I agree with my chat. I shouldn't. Give me one thing that the chat has said that I should disagree with.
It's just the whole point of staying on one side and not being balanced.
Oh, like you? Because that's what you're doing.
No.
You're projecting. You are literally the pot calling the kettle black when you say that they shouldn't be territorial, telling people to move from their tent in the first place. They shouldn't be walking up on a guy, these two big white dudes, walking up on a small baby black guy.
Listen, I love you, but you told your first caller to be objective, and you are not being objective at all. Look in the mirror.
How am I not being objective?
Because you're on one side. If you were objective, you'd be in the middle saying, I'm not going to judge until I have all the evidence in front of me.
I'm going to tell you how I believe I'm being objective. How I believe I'm being objective is because I want him to be dealt with the way that the law says that sees fit to deal with him. I also said that I don't see no issue with them raising money to take care of his legal fees, but I do see an issue with them politicizing it and making it racial so that they can raise all this money that they are currently taking advantage of by purchasing.
We agree on all those points.
I'm sorry?
We agree on all those points.
No,
but
that
you won't hear anything outside of.
Like I said that he should have whooped his ass, or he should have gotten his ass whipped. That's what I said. As a black man, as a man, I think of things as a man.
That's kind of not fair, though, right there.
I would never expect for you to think of things the way that I think of things because I'm a man.
Okay.
Like I think of things the way a man think of things. I don't care how many men you deal with, or how many men you know, or how many men you raise. You will never see the world in the eyes of a man the way I do. So when I see
I don't know what it's like to be a smaller guy.
I'm a small guy too. So when I see this young, small black man go through this, I'm thinking of different ways that he could have handled it as a young black man. And the way that he did was not right. And the way that the community is holding him up without holding him accountable is also not right. That's what I see. And that's my take on things. That's why I believe I'm being objective. Now, for you, I'm not considering the fact that these was two big bullies that were about to eat his lunch, and he just defended himself. I guess I need to see it that way, but I don't see no.
I mean, in adult cases, me being a smaller woman and having the right to carry to defend myself, that is the equalizer, right?
Yeah.
We're angry because he was a kid, but he's going through a lot as a kid, right? They all are dealing with this right now.
No, they not. When I was a kid, I wasn't going through nothing. I was having fun. I was enjoying the darkness. Everybody
that's
goes
because
through
you were
something.
busy getting your girlfriend pregnant. But the other guys,
I'm kicking you off now. See, now you're being mean. Now you're being evil.
I'm saying the other guys, if you don't have a girlfriend, you don't have her to keep you out of trouble. You had the girlfriend to keep you out of trouble.
She tried. She tried. She definitely tried, but she failed a lot too, because I was the one surrounded by an entire crew inside of a bathroom. It was just me and my man Burry. Me and my man Burry surrounded by an entire crew. And guess what I did? I hit the biggest one and I fought my way out. And that's what we did. And I became, I enjoyed a bit of a legend status for that.
That's awesome. It's great that you can be Superman, but
that's somebody who has balls. That's somebody who has some type of who can stand up for themselves. So when somebody do stab somebody and kill somebody, I'm not gonna be like, oh, they were so small and they was being bullied and they deserved it. Nah, not at all.
I'm not saying he deserved that.
And I would never look at things that way ever.
No,
but I do love
never
you
said
like
he deserved that. Never said he deserved that.
You done pissed off the chat now. You done pissed off the chat.
Oh, I can't see the chat.
Personal attack. Y'all heard the personal attacks, right? She's attacking me and I didn't even do nothing.
You sound just like the kid that got me suspended in high school.
Well, you would have been my friend in high school. So B, I'm about to go to the I'm about to read these super chats. Thank you so much for pulling up, B. I really appreciate you challenging me this B.
Yes.
I appreciate you pulling up and challenging me. Thank you. I really do.
Put out your torches, everybody, please.
Oh, Lord. All right, so check this out. All right, so we got some super chats to read, man. I gotta read these super chats. This clown actually believes Karmelo actions are justified. Yep. Happy Good Friday, Van. I hope you and your family have an amazing Easter. I hope the same for you, Wheezy, and you. Just let you know that we are still praying for you and what you and your family are going through. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. Deanie, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Renee, until the video's in trial, we won't know what exactly was said, what was exactly said. It's all hearsay at this point. She's absolutely right. Mike stand on code. He won't be objective, period. At all. We already know King Mike came up here. This brother was not gonna bend or fold. He's like, I'm on the black side. I'm staying on the black side. I'm on the black side. I don't care about nothing. What about Rittenhouse? What about this? What about that? People always bringing up Rittenhouse, man. Rittenhouse situation is so different. It's crazy, man. Shout out to go Tom McDonald just now. He did a video not too long ago, a couple of years ago actually, about Rittenhouse. And after I heard that song, I had to go do my own due diligence into it. And that's when I started to gain a little level of understanding about the whole situation. Calling trash is being a realist, not racist or sellout. I have seen countless Black people comments, post videos justifying and celebrating this. Yep, Nate's memes. Thank you, bro. When we assume we make a ass out of you and me. That's assume. See, that's shout out to Yankee Jeff. Shout out to Yankee Jeff for that. Happy blessed Easter, Van, to you and yours. One of the best guys I ever met on the internet, man. Much love to that guy. Hands on equal hands-on, not a knife on. Hands on me means I'm gonna put hands on you. Hands on me don't mean put a knife on you, because then we will be cool with you put a hand on me, I'll take a gun out and just shoot you in your face. Pow. That's the same thing, in my opinion, based off of ways y'all look at it. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate you, brother. Choose God. What would Jesus do? He would get up and he will move. Yep. You have nothing to lose by getting up and moving. I need to focus on this track meet. If it stops raining and the weather clears up, I'm gonna get you back on that floor. I'm gonna smoke y'all. That's how I'm gonna get you back. Is that not sensible? Is that not being objective? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Why do people keep saying mistake? That is a choice, not a mistake. Well, the person that was just now up here said it was a mistake. She said, you don't know what was in her heart, what was in his heart. You don't know intent. How could you possibly know intent? I don't know. You take out a knife and you point towards me. That's when it becomes intent. It's no longer a mistake. But he slipped and fell on a knife at that point. He brought a knife to a fist fight. End of story. That's how I feel about it. End of story. He brought a knife to a fist fight. If this was a football game and he was on the opposite sideline and was told to leave, no one would say it's okay. That 10 is the same thing. He should have left. I believe he should have left too. He should have left. Two young men pumped up on pride, ego, and adrenaline. I think guys, if I missed your super chats, I apologize. Thank y'all so much for pulling up and being a part of this live stream. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. Hopefully I'll see y'all in the next one. And don't forget to like this video, tag a friend in it, share it. And for anybody that's considering doing content creation, consider checking me out, man. Here is an ad that I created about our content creation, our YouTube coaching course and our Facebook group and all that other stuff. I want y'all guys to look at this and reach out to me with the word coach or VIP if you want to hear more about that. Love y'all. Put away the pitchforks. Lead with love. Happy Easter to everyone. Make sure that you celebrate this holiday for what it's really about, and not make it about the BS that they just want to boost the economy with. All right. All right. Love y'all, man. Put God first. I'll see y'all on the next one. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.